So you rush forward on the charge, your claws ignite with eldritch power, and bam, you slam into him. Roll the damage.
Well, it's critical.
It is a critical, so yes, we should look to the table.
100.
Look to the sport.
8.
Hello and welcome back to Roll the Bones. My name is Rob and I'm joined as ever by my cursed players, Matt, Mike and Dom. And I asked them that all-important question, the question that you can find me typing again and again and again into the Cloudflare FAQs. What happened previously on Knights of the Apocalypse? Stranger Times.
So we started with the revelers at a sort of a moment of tense confusion as Ansel had mimicked the form of the ringleader, and there was a sort of a standoff, a moment where we were not sure if combat was going to happen or something was going to go one way or another, but with the an offer of some high value treasure they had found in their possession, and that they would leave and move somewhere else. They didn't say where, but yes. We came to an accord where there was no bloodshed with them. So we got some lovely equipment, and they vanished.
They did, yes. Fortis, who was the ringleader, kind of said that these magical items would be a balm, kind of to settle the previous tensions. And yes, they did vanish. You were on your way to Fort Fornia, a holding of one of the idolaters that you have been charged to seek vengeance against. That idolater, it's been a while since we've played, is known as a Mosruin. And you found the fort. What do you remember about the fort that you encountered?
It was quite hard to approach without being seen. We had to kind of address which direction we were going to come at it from, because they had a watch on the towers. It was kind of they had several towers. It was kind of a keep. Right, and like a sort of flat area in the middle. And it seemed like there were a bunch of devils and some like human cultists as well.
Yeah.
Guarding the gate. It just looked really well guarded. And as we were watching, I think a Mosruin, is that the one? A Mosruin?
Yeah, well done.
A Mosruin appeared, I think, just to like give orders, as opposed to like he wasn't reacting to us. We just got lucky and he arrived, kind of thing. And he was a big flying scary dude.
He was and is and continues to be a Malabranch, which is the kind of devil that you identified him to be.
Yeah.
It was decided that a full frontal assault would be the best course of action. So
I remember why.
Kind of.
The idea was, as we were walking to Fornia, the strangers were saying, we need to make sure our presence here is noticed. And so we thought, essentially announcing our presence on arrival was a good start to that.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why I believe it was quite...
yeah, but also, I mean, mechanically, it was that we wanted to be like, look, this is us. We want to spread the word. We want to be a bit like notorious, infamous, I guess, amongst their ranks because of what we know is coming in the future. We want to spread the word, and we want to be able to sway people to our side. We're the powerful ones, you know. So it did make sense, but also it was the fact that Obsidian had absolutely no way, really, of sneaking up anyway. So it was either a rival showy and make a thing of it, or just walk up. Because it wasn't going to hide. But you guys both did quite a good job of remaining hidden.
Yeah, if memory serves, Ansel did a good job of remaining hidden and a bad job of literally everything else.
Didn't go
I
very
think
well, did it, for Ansel?
I didn't achieve anything. I managed to get quite close and just did nothing.
No,
I
that's
can't
true.
remember
You
why.
definitely you helped Obsidian's summons do damage quite a lot in some of the negging that you did, which I think is a much bigger deal than
If I recall,
it
I
might
think
be.
it was caster level checks you couldn't beat. So every time you were
Yes,
going
that's
to
what it
do
was.
something, you couldn't beat the caster level check. On that note, yeah, Sylaster snuck behind, missed his first attack, and then slowly started to pick off bits. But I think the bulk of the assault was with Obsidian.
Yeah, an undead horde grabbed the attentions of the hellish forces that awaited you. They met the forces of Mourn and Grief, the undead direwolves, along with an undead wyvern, an undead. Um, uh, I've just completely blanked on their names. The fire salamanders.
The salamander,
You had a
yeah.
salamander, didn't you? And
Which, I mean, the reaction, I think, near the end, when they all got wiped out, well, not wiped out, they did a lot of good. I mean, they did a lot of damage and they fought well. But when they all went down, it was kind of like, oh, but actually, Obsidian didn't literally, I mean, you obviously can't see his face, but he did not react at all. They are fodder
yeah.
to him. They mean nothing. They're just puppets. Like, they're not real. Whether that's entirely true or not, again, always down to interpretation. But to Obsidian, they're just whatever. That's what they were made for. So, they did what they were meant to do, and it went down all right.
It did. And eventually, after quite a tense back and forth, because while yeah, they were definitely there to absorb the the main amount of damage in the battle, it transpired that actually that was a really good thing because they were full on spell casting, they're throwing fireballs at you, lightning bolts and so on. So it was a good thing that they soaked up all of that damage anyway. And eventually, Sylaster, completely unseen, took out their forces in the back. Ansel eventually got some of his eldritch powers on the go towards the end, and then suddenly, as quickly as it had began, victory was yours. And that
Yeah.
is where
Well, sort of. We were in combat with the big guy, but rather than stay and finish the combat with us, he gave orders and then vanished.
Yeah, it's
So
like I'll get you guys later.
he was like, "Oh, deal with them." Yeah, very much
I'll get you
dismissively.
next time. Get it?
Absolutely. And that is where we're going to rejoin the strangers, who now find themselves upon the conquered walls of Fort Fornia. And there is a kind of quiet ringing in your ears as the din of battle fades. But there is a kind of distant hum, a thrumming beneath your feet, as if there's some great power that churns below you that you have yet to encounter. You know that something lies beneath, and this is really the tip of the iceberg. But as we return to the strangers, I'm going to begin the session by asking all of you to roll me a spot check, please.
Sylaster's too busy hiding under the wing of the creature. Because you don't remember at the end of the last session, he's literally hiding under the devil's
You
wing.
killed him with, choked him with his own wing, didn't you? And then hid
Yes.
under the wing. Yes, absolutely.
He's just curious if the others will find him or not. So
I made them fight amongst themselves tonight. It was a Song of Discord I've never used before. Kind of like that spell.
That's right. Yeah, that was really good.
It could look really good in a crowd.
Yeah.
There we go, 14.
Obsidian, you're the only one to notice this, and it's probably quite fitting that it is you, for as you walk among the number of the dead that have fallen here, it's really strange. Every time you walk past them, you see it first with some of the human casters that remain scattered on the battlements, and then some of the fallen Abishai too. As you walk by them, each and every single one of them slowly begin to smile. They remain deceased, but each and every single one of their corpses grin up at you with a rictus shape.
Right, so I will say, guys, I don't want to alarm you. It doesn't bother me. Someone's trying to bother me with 3p undead. What a joke. But just so that you're not taken aback by it, all the corpses are grinning at us. Didn't want it to take you by surprise. Let's have a look at what we can do about this. Let's see if we can cast...
Should we inspect them before we cast them?
Can I
find the root cause?
Do a really awful performance check to try and manipulate the Abishai corpse I'm hiding under to make it kind of go... Meh, meh, meh.
Yes, you can. Yes, you may make a performance check. And Matt, you can give me a religion check if you want as well, in addition to...
For sure. I mean, that I can do.
Whilst it's not an utter negative.
Whilst Obsidian does that roll, Sylaster, why don't you explain what a 3 in your performance check grants this weird dance puppeteering that you do?
Sylaster,
the grotesque jig, yay!
He's like manipulating this creature to be like, meh, meh, meh. He's actually just kind of swatting at one wing as it just goes meh, meh, meh. And you can just see underneath Sylaster sort of lying on the floor going meh, meh, meh.
With a 25 in religion, Obsidian, your innate abilities are enough for you to determine roughly what's happening here. Upon each of the bodies that lie around you, you almost hear or feel like a base level of necromantic power. If you imagine the potential is there, but there's not quite enough for it to do anything with. It's almost like a bass chord or a car being sat in neutral. There's a lot of potential there, but nothing's actually going anywhere with it. You don't believe that it is threatening to you, but it is pointedly connected to you in some way.
Me specifically, or to all of us?
Connected to you specifically, which you might not be surprised by, but yeah, it is. This hasn't happened before, however. You've not ever experienced this before.
Say that devils have power that link to other realities, other planes, places of great necromantic power and beings of great necromantic power. This could be an inkling that I have some link to that power on some level, or I've got their attention in some way, which is why they're all looking at us. I'm not sure that any magical research will do anymore. They're not actually undead. They're not coming back.
I wonder what would happen if they did.
I did have that thought. I mean, I don't really... It's about what spells I have available. Spells that I cast last time. Actually, all told, I didn't cast that many spells. Most of the damage was done with summons. I could use animate and attempt to bring one of them back as a skeleton or a zombie. Some sort of skeleton version of one of these creatures.
It'd be an interesting experiment.
I'm just wondering if a similar kind of thing would just be used to use a lower level spell and go speak with dead. Because it basically does the same thing, it just doesn't animate them fully as a...
Well, it's your call. You don't have to do anything. We can just move on.
To be honest, I'm only hesitant out of game because I don't want to write down a whole bunch more stats from a brand new creature because I've been literally doing it all day.
Well, they're not going anywhere, and you are aware that there's sort of a rumbling beneath your feet, so perhaps not the best time to fully investigate, but it is, regardless, noteworthy that your fallen foes all smile up at you as if welcoming a brother or a family member of some kind.
Yeah, I think that we will come back to this situation up here.
I mean, Sylaster's kind of crawled out and is, you know, he was just happy he kind of caught people off guard for even a moment, or at least so he believes. However, is it apparent that they're smiling at Obsidian, or is it that they're just smiling outwards?
They are smiling outwards, so perhaps that was misleading to say. They're not, like, moving...
They're not, like, pointing their smiles at...
Yeah, they're not moving their heads or moving in any way. It's just that they appear to be smiling, and Obsidian, you noticed it quite pointedly was in your direction, but they're not moving at all. Yeah.
Well, should we go and...
Yeah, is there an obvious entrance? I see that there's a sort of trapdoor ladder type thing over here.
I'm guessing that's the way.
Is that the only entrance, though? Maybe we should just have a quick search around and see if there's any others, just to weigh up any more options, just in case.
I'll just tell you that on your sort of perimeter around the place, Sylaster, you'll have seen that there isn't any other entrance to the fort, deliberately funneling enemies in this direction. And then when you get to the fort itself, the base tower has some empty rooms, and then there is the trapdoor that leads below. So it looks like the trapdoor is the only way forward, or down in this case.
In which case...
in which case, the strangers descend.
Who wants to go first?
Good, well, yeah.
Well, you have declared me the tank, so I suppose it will be me.
Very good.
And I can hope I at least can catch things unawares.
You find yourselves going down a trapdoor and then finding a staircase which leads straight down into a strange antechamber. There is a almost golden yellowish orange hue to the tiles upon the floor. There is a nauseous kind of heat about the place. And as you all gather in this chamber at the bottom of these stairs, you see two doors stand directly ahead. They are made of metal, appear to be bolted with iron. They look quite strong. But other than that, that's the only thing that you see in here.
Does one always tell the truth and the other one always lies?
Had occurred to me that could be a challenge that would await you, but you'll have to find out.
Well,
are there any markings?
That guy, but who's going to check for traps?
Where's the rat when you need him?
Yes.
Dead is where he is. Sorry, no, he's not dead. His soul is in a gem, so he could appear at some point.
Yeah,
maybe. Who knows?
He's all right.
Who knows?
As Ansel said, is there anything on the door? Any like runes, any writing, any markings?
They appear to be pretty much exactly the same. You can give me a search check just in case.
7.
Looks exactly the same to your eye.
Well, I trust my reflexes. If I need to jump out of the way, I'll try opening this door. Whoa!
You open the door, and I immediately will ask you, Sylaster, to make a fortitude saving throw.
Aha! I can use my mind over body, so let's see what happens. So yes, I use a concentration check instead. 29.
You take only 8 points of sonic damage. However, you are able to shield yourself in some way, Sylaster. You are not deafened. As you open this door, a sonic wave just slams through the doorway. Wadoom! And as you open the door, through it you see a startling figure standing there. They look to be infernal in ilk. A great devil stands before you, medium size, but the top size of medium. They have curled horns that arc back over their head, but what makes them look particularly terrifying is that they have a great long beard that appears to be made of tendrils, and it gives out a hellish cry. And I ask you all to roll initiative.
Please. You guys both get 13s.
Yeah, we did.
Oh my gosh. I'm going
unlucky for some.
Both.
Mike is notoriously bad at rolling initiative.
Yes, I surprised myself at the start of the campaign being quite good at initiative rolls, but now I'm settled into my normal
That's right,
start.
Yeah. I quite liked it as almost being like a Dragon Ball Z-esque overconfidence that you always let your enemy go first. Like, you always let them have, like, the opening shot. Like, nothing that you have can trouble me. That's what I think of it as.
You're so going to regret fighting
So
me.
going to regret fighting me. Well, let us see. There is a terrible yell that comes from this bearded devil that stares at you through this open door as the sonic charge within detonates and then dissipates. And it is, first of all, Obsidian's turn. Obsidian, you feel the charge sort of like shake the dust from the chamber, and then you hear some hellish cry from the corridor. What do you do?
Yeah, I can sort of just about see a creature. So I've got like a slither of view. So he's leaning across. And to be honest, spells I had open last time, I'd closed quite a few, but I've left like 1 or 2 open, and that's made the decision as to what I'm going to do for me. So literally here. Let me just double check that is just shy of Sylaster, but in a 20-foot radius spread, so like that. Does anybody, if I hold that in place, does somebody want to draw a circle there so that it stays? Makes it easier to draw the circle the right size.
I can do my best.
I cast Black Tentacles.
Oh, okay. Incredible. So terrible.
Centered here, comes right up to the door. I can't see how big the room is, so it might fill the room. I don't know. But yeah, like these sort of green, kind of what looked like. Well, it's a sort of skeleton-like appendages come out of the ground, like undead octopus arms come out of the ground, and the flesh forms around them, making them a little bit more into life, but still slightly rotten looking, as the tentacles, each 10 feet long, burst out of the ground. Every creature within the area of the spell must make a grapple check opposed by the grapple check of the tentacles. Tentacles attacking particular targets. A large creature with a base attack bonus equal to your caster level. So a base attack bonus of 14.
Right, so he's got to oppose you then, in that case.
So the grapple check will be 14 plus 8.
It's a good check. You roll and see if you beat me.
27.
The tentacles are successful and seize hold of the bearded devil. They wrap around him and he gives a terrible cry as you do.
So he will take...
Tentacle.
Yes, yeah, they entwine. It's the worst.
Like if you got your beard stuck to somebody else's beard.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Lots and lots of tentacles attacking each other. It's all getting a little bit...
A bit like your internet search history, we know.
A little bit anime. Anime? Manga? No, not manga. What's the one? Hentai. That's the one. He'll take only 5. Damn it. Rolled a 1. 5 points of damage from that. 5 points of bludgeoning damage as it crushes him. And they stay around for 14 rounds. So.
Oh no.
See if he can get out of it.
Well, he will certainly attempt to do so on his turn, but it is not yet his turn because they rolled pretty bad on the initiative. So it is now Sylaster's turn.
Wow, okay.
Before you, blossoming out of nowhere, are a lot of necromantic black tentacles, Sylaster. What do you do?
Could just politely close the door. Sorry.
Well, I have an idea, but it'll probably mean that the end result is I'm going to end up getting ensnared, but that's okay. As a swift action, I shall use my moment of alacrity, which adds plus 20 to my initiative. So that now puts me at the top of the initiative order.
So 20 plus 13, so now you're at
33.
33, yes.
Which gives me an idea for next round to act before the tentacles do. Then, as a movement action, Sylaster is going to Shadow Stride as he teleports. And from this creature, it's almost like he's appearing just behind a tentacle, just like rapidly moving and teleporting through until he appears. Oh my day! He's right behind. And you just hear Sylaster just like, "Oh crap!" as he teleports in, but not before he will attempt his attack, which I'm hoping he's flat-footed.
He is flat-footed because he has not yet acted. Let's hope that is of use to you.
I'm going in for a greater insightful strike, so I just need to connect on a 30.
That does connect. You'll be surprised to hear. Yes, you connect on his flat-footed armor class.
So, I don't know if you remember, the greater insightful strike deals damage equal to double a concentration check.
That's right,
so that
yes.
for me is 2d20 plus 40 for 64 points of damage.
What is it like as you just transport yourself next to this bearded devil and then immediately kill it?
He's using the tentacles as horror here, just to teleport behind him, and as he does, he, you know what? He's going to kind of reach in front of it, grab its beard, and then just like that. So pull it across and sort of choke him with his own beard and just snap his neck. Just
amazing. Yes, incredible
Death
work.
by beard pull. That's not a good way to go. Oh, that's so ow. That's the soft skin on the underbit of your neck. Oh,
yes.
And as he's killed, you'll remember he was also entwined with the black tentacles too, so they snap him in the other direction as you drag his neck the opposite direction, and then the tentacles just sort of absorb him and pull him in close. Anything else on your turn, Sylaster, as you arrive in this area?
That is it.
Very good. As Sylaster concludes his turn, we now move to Ansel. Ansel, you hear this commotion, see the tentacles creeping through the door. What do you do?
Ansel is going to walk forward to here. To here. Oh, fuck, I can't see anything. To here.
Mhm.
And then he's going to use... he's going to use Flee the Scene to do a dimension door.
Yes.
To... Hold on. This square here.
Well done. Yep. So you arrive there, and yeah, you find yourself in kind of like an offshoot corridor as you zoom, vanish from one place and land in the next. I should say, Ansel, that as you arrive there, you see that your passageway further ahead is blocked by what seems like a great wall of fire, of flames that blocks your way in that direction. But looking around the corner, you're able to see a number of these other devils that stand there in this corridor. You jumped. What do you do?
Well, I'll bring along my little friend, my little shadow friend.
Yeah, the shade comes with. Yes.
That is my movement and my action, so I can't actually do anything else yet.
Excellent. It is now their turn. I have a question. If this creature is to move, so oh, you won't be able to see, Matt. That your tentacle circle is going through half a square. Does that half a square count as being in the grasp? For the same thing that if you see the square in the doorway that you can see, you know how the line's going through half of it, does that count as a square that's threatened by the tentacles? I imagine it is, yes?
I think so, yeah.
Because it's on it, right? It must do. That's fine then. So this creature isn't going to just wildly run into this spell, seeing what has happened to his friend immediately. So what he's going to do instead, let's see. Okay, this one is going to run 5, 10, 15, 20 to this doorway, the one that you didn't come through. And he easily just opens it.
It's going to be my next move. So he saved me a job.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30... we'll spot you, and then 5, 10, 15, 20. We'll use double movement just to get to you, and that is his turn. So he's just going to move up to you, Obsidian, and threaten you. You see these horrible looking
Oh, he's the same, the tentacles and the beard.
Yeah,
Right,
another
okay.
bearded devil just bursts through the door to see where the source of the spell came from, sees you, and just runs at you. That's his turn. This one is going to... come here and is going to ready an action. And this one's going to stand here and do exactly the same. That is going to be their turn, so they're just going to hold actions. We are back to the top of the round, but now Sylaster, because of your alacrity, you now go first, so you're not going to be touched by the tentacles, I don't think, then.
If they only react on Obsidian's turns, then yes, that's the case. Otherwise, if I'm not affected by them at this moment,
they function like entangle. So if you get near the spell, it functions like entangle. I've not got any control over them.
Okay.
Let's just say then that it's just going to be an opposed grapple check then in that case to stop you from getting grabbed then, Sylaster.
As a swift action, I will teleport, and because my teleport doesn't provoke attacks opportunity, I can use that to escape a grapple.
Okay. Cool.
So I will shadow blink
Zoom.
out of the attempt as they're grabbing my ankles. He teleports out behind this one, and
his readied action triggers and he attacks. He swings what looks like an evil-looking glaive at you, Sylaster. What is your armor class?
See,
28.
That is a 19 on the die.
Uh-oh.
That is a hit, I believe. Yes, it is.
Do
that
they
is
threat on a 19?
Not with a glaive. No, they have to get a 20 on a glaive. But this glaive looks particularly evil. So as this thing swings at you, it connects. What I would say, Syla, in fact, actually, we'll ask you on your turn, actually. We'll just do normal damage at the moment.
Well, it's an attack opportunity, so... No, it's not.
It's not. It was a readied action, yeah. So he does... 14 points of slashing damage with the glaive. And as he strikes, you notice that as you are wounded, a terrible searing occurs as it hits you. And the nature of that we will explore at a future point. That was his held action. As he struck out at you, it's now your turn.
So that's a swift action. I am then going to make a touch attack on him.
Very good.
29.
Yes, you easily get on his touch AC.
Excellent.
Are you going to chuck him?
Possibly.
Let's play hoop.
It's a trip attempt, so I roll dex. He can do dex or strength, depending what he prefers.
He definitely prefers strength, so we will go with that.
So
it's pretty good.
So this is plus 30 in total.
That is better. You are successful in that attempt.
He hit me with the glaive. And as he does, I still kind of holding the glaive, I use that as momentum to sort of push him and launch him back. So I channel the energy into the glaive and yeet him 60 feet. But it's not going to be 60 feet. How high is the ceiling?
The ceiling is about 15 feet tall.
Excellent. I'm going to launch him into the ceiling in the middle of the black tentacles.
So, like, hard into the corner of that wall there, shall we say? Yeah, bam! Immense. So, roll the damage of the distance, because he's hitting the wall with that force.
So, he takes... 66 damage...
Yep.
And yeah, because he's not falling, he's just being launched. So 66 damage. So 17 points of damage just from being thrown into the tentacles, and he is also prone.
Yep, he slams into the corner of the wall, cries out, falls prone, and then immediately the tentacles start slithering around him as he lands.
Nice.
Very good. Anything else, Sylaster?
That's all I can do.
The only thing I will say is that when that glaive hit you, you in that flash moment of battle where you sort of like store the thought for later on. That's how Sylaster always improves in his battles. He remembers things and improves on them. That hit shouldn't have hit you, is all I'll say. That shouldn't have got you. That's what you're thinking. You hit the thing hits the ground painfully. It is now Obsidian's turn, as you are now second in this new roll of initiative. What do you do? This thing's in front of you, threatening you.
There's a Drew right in front of me, so I'm going to go for a touch attack.
Very good. Make the attack.
22 on his touch.
22 on the touch is a hit against him, yes.
Excellent. I have cast Vampiric Touch. He will take... So I take 31 points of damage.
Ooh.
And I will gain all of that in temporary hit points.
We do love Vampiric Touch. Yep. You sap the life from him.
Literally, he runs over to me, and as he does, I just reach out a hand and touch him right in the sort of middle of the chest.
I'm so sorry to do this. I'm really sorry. Could you
do the caster level check?
Give me a caster level check. I'm so sorry. I should have
I was a little surprised that it hadn't happened, so yeah, that's absolutely fine. Caster level check. I do have, I think, the bonus, or one of the bonuses, or maybe both, spell penetration.
Yep, so
26.
That's fine, yeah, you're not prevented, so that's all good. Yeah, anything else on your turn, Obsidian?
So I did Vampiric Touch. He took all of that. I took that as... do I want to move? If I move, he'll get an attack of opportunity. But maybe that's better than a full round of attacks. Yeah, you can take the attack of opportunity. I'm going to move. So 1, 2... No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5...
Yeah, he will make the attack of opportunity then. As you go. What's your armor class, please?
Move to the door. I don't know why I moved. There you go. The armor class is 19.
That is a hit. As you run past, he strikes you 4. Oh, that's not very good at all. You get 4 points of slashing damage, but like with Sylaster, you feel this awful sort of searing pain as like he strikes at you. Even like a glancing cut, and it hurts a lot more than it should. But yes, with that, your movement, you're able to move away.
4 points of damage.
4
I don't
points.
take any.
Oh, in that case then, as you don't take any damage, that searing effect doesn't happen to you then.
I have 6 damage reductions, so I get no damage from that at all.
Very good, yeah. So yeah, you don't feel that searing pain then. Whatever effect that was negated by your damage reduction. Very good.
Interesting.
Anything else on your... You've cast, you move, that's it, Obsidian?
That is my turn.
Ansel, it is now your turn. You are now on the other side of the tentacles, and you see that there's another one of those hellish creatures looking at you. What do you do?
Yes. I will place the shade so he's within reach of both of the people, so they both get affected by his negativity. And then I will... I figure I'll blast the one that's already been damaged. I'll use an Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, the one that's on the ground. So, because he's prone, he has a minus to his armor class.
Excellent.
And because of the shade as well. Yeah.
Touch attack anyway, so it's 22.
Easy pickings, yeah. Point blank blast. Eldritch Blast, subject to spell resistance?
It is, I'm afraid. So
Caster
this is where
check,
I usually fall down. 19.
You're fine. You're actually fine.
Okay.
Yeah, spell resistance. You just get it through the eye of the needle and the Eldritch Blast lands. Very good.
Excellent. So he takes 19 points of damage, and he must make a Fortitude save, DC 21, or be sickened.
He is sickened.
Excellent.
Ouch.
Nice.
Pow. Anything else, Ansel?
I don't feel like we need to necessarily waste a curse on these guys, so I will. I'll stick there, and I'm in the tentacles, aren't I? So do I need to?
You are technically, yes, because we established that after you moved, so that is a little unfortunate. Yeah, let's do the opposed grapple then, please, Obsidian, if you don't mind.
We'll check it again. Just pass the level +8. 90, 21, 22.
That's just
38.
Don't fail.
Yeah, I think it just about gets me. It's very close, but it's over double.
Well, the tentacles seem to wrap around you, Ansel. Problematic.
Yeah, you will think.
Does your
the sodding page?
Does your dimension door have any physical components to it, or is it like a spell-like ability?
I'm pretty sure it's a spell-like ability, so I can
Then
get
you
out
can-
of it.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I have to do it as my action, and I wanted to do some damage.
That's the thing, yeah. Nice.
Do I take damage from the tentacles as well, Matthew?
You do, mate. I'm really sorry. I'm trying to bring up the page, but I'm just getting pop-up after pop-up. It's not letting me actually look at the bloody spell description, rather annoyingly.
But don't you want those adverts?
No, somehow I
Do you want to
don't.
buy anything from them?
It's 1d6 + 4. Thank you. There we go. I'm going to look very nice and quick. I rolled a 1 for the enemy. I rolled Maximilian damage for you. You take 10 points of crushing damage.
So I'm.
I do apologise.
So I'll take 8. No, it's fine. I'll put myself.
Anything else on your turn, Ansel?
The tentacles would grab that guy, but if you guys want me to dismiss them,
Nah, it's good for control.
I can dismiss them. It is possible. So if you want me to say the word, shout it, and I'll do it.
That's me. Anyway.
Very good. The one that is sickened and being blasted to pieces by Sylaster and Ansel is going to try and struggle to his feet and try and break the grapple. So another opposed roll, please, Obsidian. That's good. It's very good, actually. But whether it can beat that...
7.
He's up. He's out. Can he move as normal if he beats it?
Well... Isn't it difficult terrain, so it's half movement? He's
standing, so he's able to stand.
Through the area at only half normal speed, yeah.
So he's able to stand, and he's free of the tentacles, but he'll have to do another one to get out, of course. So that's fine. That's his turn then. You see some insane infernal strength fuels him, and he almost goes into what looks like a infernal frenzy. You might call it. But that is his turn. This one is really frustrated because it was hoping that Ansel would come and trigger his readied action, and you didn't. So instead he's going to... What is he going to do? You can see it cursing. As it seems that this very particular position that he's in, he can't do anything else really. So rather effectively from the black tentacles is keeping him at bay. So he's just going to ready another action. That's exactly what he's going to do. So that's that one. This one, on the other hand, pursues Obsidian with the fury of the 9, charging at you. 5, 10, 15, closing the distance. In fact, no, he doesn't even need to do that, and he can just... Yeah, he can go there, that's fine. Yeah, he's just going to swing at you, Obsidian. What is your armor class?
15.
Possibly a critical, but is it?
Okay. He'll also have to roll
Yeah, fortitude,
percentage
yes. Is that
chance
what you have?
against me for critical. No, I have light fortification.
That's it, fortification, not fortitude. I knew what you
Sorry,
meant.
I didn't know that's what you were.
No, that is...
so it's a 25% miss chance, so I guess he can roll a... if you could roll a d4, and if it's a 1, he doesn't crit. Boom, boom.
And it actually confirmed as well, Obsidian, so that's very lucky. So that is just a normal hit then, in that case.
Yeah, so he gets a really good blow, but it just strikes a part of my body that has begun to toughen through magical decay.
Lovely. That is 9 points of slashing damage. And this time, because
7, 8, 9, so I take 3.
It still exceeds the amount of damage reduction you have, so you now do feel that searing pain that I described before, which is concerning.
Right in a lich part.
Moved, he struck you. Okay. That's all he's going to do. He's just gonna cover you, I think, from there. So he moved, he readied action, he struck. That's their turn. We're back to the top of the round. Sylaster. Sylaster, you are horrified to notice that searing pain that comes from that wound that hit you causes you an additional 2 points of damage.
Ooh.
As the wound steadily begins to expand and sear.
Well, I'll deal with that in a moment. Shrugging it off for the time being, Sylaster is going to drop into the Dance of the Spider stance as a swift action, and then he's going to move. So 5, 10 to there, and then he's going to run 15 feet up. So 15 feet up and across. So he's here, but he's right on the ceiling, basically.
He runs up the ceiling, yeah, nice.
As he's running up the wall, he pulls out the meteoric knife. And as he's running up the wall, he flips the knife in his hand once, twice, and on the third flip, channeling the third charge, he aims at the one in the middle and launches a fully charged throwing knife, meteor, whatever, everything on that one in the middle.
Incredible, yes. You just make your attack.
So this is on his regular armor class.
Yep.
27.
Is a hit. The meteoric knife lands. Do the damage.
As it hits, because I used all 3 charges, like from the ceiling, a meteor collides with him as this flaming knife then explodes on impact. He does get a reflex save DC 14 for half of the additional damage.
He's still standing in difficult terrain, so he's at a minus to that.
Is this the one that's in the middle of the tentacles?
He's in the middle of the tentacles, yeah.
He's also at -4 because of
he's sickened.
Various Ansel abilities.
Yeah. That is a failure, Sylaster, so that is a maximum, or rather, you get the full whack on him, basically, yeah.
Nice. I add... I do as well, so... 25 points of damage as a meteor from the knife doom is thrown down onto him.
And that is all it takes as the knife explodes on him as if flying from orbit. He crumples and detonates under the impact of the meteoric knife, which in an instant, because it has the returning property, catches back into your hand as you continue running along the ceiling, and he is absorbed into the tentacles, defeated. Epic. Incredible. Obsidian, it is now your turn, and you feel exactly the same. You feel a searing feeling as you take an additional 2 points of damage.
Does that work with a damage reduction?
This is going to affect you now that it's landed, I'm afraid.
It's like it's added to previous damage.
Correct. Yes.
Damage.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a specific ability of the bearded devils and other infernal creatures. But with that said, it is now your turn.
We have previously covered this, I am 99.9% sure, but devils are immune to fear, aren't they? So it's absolutely pointless activating my fear aura. Not that I suspect that whenever I'm in combat, it's kind of active anyway, but I'm pretty sure we went over never immune to fear.
Doesn't say that here.
Does it not? Maybe I'm thinking of
not on this one anyway.
Demons as opposed to devils. Then maybe. Okay. In which case, then he needs to make a will DC 24.
That is a failure.
Oh, so he is shaken. -2 penalty on everything, basically, for shaken.
Yeah.
And then, as that is just a free action, it's just an aura, I will sting defensively. No, I will move away from him. He can have another attack of opportunity. Then I'll cast. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I will come and stand next to Sylaster.
Armor class
With
again,
my back against the wall, so it's 19.
That is another hit. He slices you for an additional 6 points of slashing damage.
I don't take any damage.
You don't take any damage. Very good.
That doesn't quite get through. It hits, but it doesn't break through. So I move. He's taken his attack opportunity, and I cast. Can he please try for a fortitude save, DC 21, and he is on -2, being shaken.
That is a failure. He rolls very badly.
Oh, hang on. Cast a level check.
Please, yeah. Spell resistance, yeah. Give it a go.
15, 16. 20.
It penetrates. You're fine.
So he failed. So I have cast blindness/deafness. I wish it to be blindness.
Very good. Yeah, he is blinded. And he gives out a scream.
He is. It's permanent. Shit. He is permanently blind. So I think what that looks like is his eyes die.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's all necromancy, isn't it?
Yeah,
so basically, his eyes just sort of get that glazed white kind of glaze across them, like they've just like that of a corpse, and they no longer work. And that is my turn.
Incredible. And with Obsidian now having acted, it is now Ansel's turn.
Ansel's probably not going to stay there because he doesn't want to just keep getting hit by the tentacles. So he's going to use flee the scene to teleport over here. Hopefully not into the same square as Sylaster. And then he can see both.
You can. Yes, you can.
But unfortunately, that is an action, not a movement. So there's not much else I can do that turn.
Well, that's absolutely fine. So you reposition there with a zoom, and you appear. It is now.
And he also leaves a visual image of himself behind. Don't forget if that.
Oh, of course he does. Yes, of
anyone.
course. Well, that'll certainly distract the one that has the readied action that's still waiting for you to come at him. Further frustrating him. Very good. Our vision moves, however, to the blinded one, who is just going to stumble in a direction that he hopes is the right one. So, could you roll a d8 for me, please, Obsidian?
There's an 8.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the top corner for him. That's the direction he chooses to run. So he runs to there and he swings wildly with his glaive. That's his turn. This one is going to give a hiss. And he's going to make for the door.
No! Damn, I should have stayed there.
Because if you let him escape, I'm going to be really disappointed.
That's
not angry. Just disappointed.
That's his turn. Sylaster, it is now your turn. You take 2 points of searing, horrendous damage as the wound continues to eat away at you.
Okay. Ah, that's a bugger. Right, so...
When I know I can't win a fight, I just decide to be annoying with it.
Okay. I can get there, but so Sylaster will, whilst on this, basically almost at the ceiling, will run 5, 10, 15, 20 onto the corner, and he'll do a jump check, sort of corkscrewing through the air to land down here. So that's 15 feet. So there is a chance I could fumble this. No.
He doesn't fumble it, he...
So he lands there.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I guess we'll just double move and move to there to keep him occupied.
Very good. Very good indeed. So that is your turn then, Sylash, as you leap after him, corkscrewing through the tentacles and then chasing him down the corridor. Obsidian, you watch as your target sort of blindly falls back through the door frame and then staggers away into the room you were in before. But you can't help but feel also that there's that searing feeling as you take an additional 2 points of damage. What do you do?
Well, that is unsettling that carries on. I have a bunch of extra things at the minute, so I'm okay with it. Really don't want that guy to get away. But I'm not very good at range with lower level spells. And I can't get through my own tentacles. Nothing's in the tentacles now, right? There's nothing in them. One of them's blinded and one of them's running away. So dismiss, they're gone.
Zoom, they
that
vanish.
Makes life so much easier. They just dismiss the spell, which is just dropping free action. And in which case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's as far as I can move. Wait, does that work at range? One living creature? Yeah, it does. Okay, well, let's give that a go. We'll just do the same thing again. Obsidian just touches the eyes of his mask and holds a hand out against the guy. Can he do a Fortitude save DC 21?
He certainly can try. That is a success. He repels the attack.
Okay.
I forgot to ask you caster level. I don't know if they have that or not.
It
for
didn't
that
work
one.
anyway, so.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the spell reflects from his infernal defenses. Whatever power that he bids his service to protects him here.
His eyes go bleary for a moment, and then he just shakes it off, and he's fine. Got it. That's my turn.
Ansel, it is your turn. You see the tentacles have vanished. What do you do?
Well, I'll send the shade here.
Shade
And
latches
then-
onto his shadow.
Yeah, dives into his, tearing his shadow apart, and then I will 5, 10, get halfway there. Would it be better? It's probably better just to hit him with something, isn't it? I'll send an Eldritch Blast his way.
Oh, yes. Spellcaster check, please.
Yes, of course.
Did twice.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, easily nothing would stop that as you slam into him with the Eldritch Blast. Do your damage?
What to hit first? 20 to hit.
Oh, 20 to hit. Sorry, on this touch. Yeah, absolutely, that hits. Yeah.
Yep. Then 14 points of damage.
He staggers
And-
as he gets struck. Yeah.
Fortitude save DC 21 or be sickened.
That he fails, so he's sickened.
Let's curse him as well. We don't want him getting away. So let's have him make a. I believe it's Fortitude. Will save. DC 21. He is, of course, minus 40.
That is a pass. That's a 19 on the die, so he saves.
How dare he!
Boy.
Cool. Yeah. He's immune to my curses for 24 hours. Lucky boy.
Well, if he lives that long, I'm sure he will be lucky. Let's see. Anything else, Ansel, on your turn?
No, that's all.
Okay. This one is going to throw open the door as he's going to provoke an attack of opportunity from... Actually, no, he's not going to. He's not going to provoke an... No, he is. He is going to provoke an attack of opportunity. So go ahead and take it.
Ooh. There we go. 31.
Is a hit.
Him in, Sylaster. Fist him up.
Pushed him up.
Fished him up.
Fished him up, mate.
21 points of
Oh,
damage.
yeah, you smack him and he gives out a yelp of infernal pain, but he keeps going. He gets there and he's going to ready in action. As he runs into this chamber, Sylaster, you see it's sort of almost like a connecting passage room that leads into another. There's a solid metal grate in the floor.
Yes, which I saw him conveniently avoid, so I shall do the same thing.
We're stupid, but we're not that stupid.
Mm-hmm. Is the other...
So
Is
he's
the other guy...
He's moved in. Sorry, yeah, I think we crossed over there. He's moved in and he's going to do a readied action. That's his turn. The other guy we're counting pretty much out of the combat because he's blindly stumbling around in that room. So for efficiency, he's just wandering around. So we're back to the top of the round. Sylaster, it is now your turn.
Excellent. As a swift action, Sylaster will evoke his Cloak of Deception, and for all intents and purposes, he's now invisible. As he moves at such a speed, you just can't see him. He will then 5, 10, 15, 20, hugging the walls, basically. Unless he's got any form of, like, blind sense. I'm about to hit him. Hopefully I catch him flat-footed.
He doesn't have blind sense.
Excellent. So I approach him invisibly, and I'm going to attempt the death in the dark.
The John Cena.
I shall see if firstly if I hit him flat-footed. 33.
That is a hit.
Can he make a fortitude save DC 24?
Um, 23.
Oh.
Close. He fails.
Oh yeah. From out of nowhere, nothing happens. Because I didn't put a space. 70 points of damage.
So to explain, his readied action was going to trigger the moment you approach, but because you made it so he didn't know when you were going to approach, I felt fair enough, it won't trigger his readied action. So instead, you invisibly move around next to him, he doesn't trigger the action, and you kill him. How do you do so?
Was he facing my way, or was he, oh, he was?
He was sort of facing his way with his glaive like that, but it looked like that he was sort of angling it more upwards than anything else, but that's what he was doing, yeah.
Sylaster kind of invisibly skidded underneath the glaive and kind of using that shadow energy he has sort of channeled a point to his hand and just drove it through his chest out to the other side, and you can just see the remnants of whatever vital organs broken in his hand. As Sylaster sort of reappears, he collapses.
He collapses, and as he collapses, Sylaster, can you make a reflex saving throw, please?
Sure.
And I'll be transparent about this. This is going to be DC 24 as he just falls forwards.
Okay. I am in my stance, so that is 29.
He falls forwards and he's falling face first towards that metal grate that you're next to. You may act. You may either try and stop him or try and or move away or do whatever you want to do.
Ooh. I will, not knowing what's going on, I'm going to run up into the corner. So I'm in the very corner of the ceiling, 15 feet. I'm not going to be able to get out of that room fully in time, so I'm just going to run up into the very corner of the room.
You run to the corner of the room as the bearded devil lands on the grate. You are wise to fear it, for as he does, suddenly the grate sort of pushes in as the pressure trap activates. And an insane amount of gas immediately fills every square of that chamber. I'm so sorry, Sylaster. Please perform a fortitude saving throw.
I don't have my thing.
You don't. I think you used it or something, didn't you?
Right at the start.
Right at the start.
28.
You resist, Sylaster. You feel, and I'm not joking, a powerful magical poison try to infect you, try to tap into the very core of your central nervous system, but you resist it. What power within you helps you resist that poison?
Whenever Sylaster succeeds in resisting, it's because his mind is focused. It's back to his home. It's back to that focal point where he lives, that obelisk that's in the center of his settlement. That has always been the focus of his power. It just goes right back there. It keeps that in his mind, focusing on it, just resisting anything that deviates from that attention on that body, fully just in tune with it.
You are able to avoid a potential 1d10 constitution damage as you evade this thing. And from that, you're able to resist and act normally as the battle concludes. In the distance, you can hear the clanging of the infernal creature that has been blinded. He's just thrashing away in that chamber. But because he doesn't know where he's going, that effectively ends the combat in my mind.
Yes, in theory, you could just pick him off from a distance without expending any actual resource.
We could. Anybody ever want to make a deal with the devil?
Can I get back into the corridor?
Yeah, you can easily move into the corridor, that's fine, but you do notice that the poison continues to sort of pump out of the grate because the body is still lying on the pressure plate.
Just, if I use my belt of healing to heal 4d8, so I use all the charges in the belt of healing, does that seem to staunch that infernal sort of wound?
Is that what you're doing? You're using all of the charges?
Yes.
You do so, and you stop the pain. The effect leaves you as you heal yourself of the infernal wound that gripped you, Sylaster.
Ow.
I will do that once. The thing is, I'm on temporary hit points at the minute, so if I heal myself, it won't actually heal anything. I'll just remain at
That's a
hit points.
question.
Well, that is.
I wonder if it heals on negative energy.
That's the question, isn't it? So, give me a DC heal.
Well, negative energy heals me, like positive energy heals you. So it's however you take that, really. I can just do that to myself. It doesn't cost anything at all.
Except time.
Well, I'm not so sure about that, actually.
Some time.
What is it that you're doing then whilst you ate that? Are you going to try and pick away at that guy?
I was going to go and talk to him.
Well, he's just clanging around in the other room at the moment. His beard is wildly seeking targets as he swings his glaive around and around.
What is the language of devils? Is
Infernal.
Right, good. That's the one I speak.
So he's swearing loudly in that language.
They say, Reacher, your accomplices are defeated. They are dead. You are outnumbered. You are massively outgunned. If you will offer some guidance, I will return your sight and you can leave here peacefully.
Ooh. I'm going to ask you to make a check for that, please. Can you give me a diplomacy check for me, please?
Sort of trying to be intimidating, really.
Oh, yeah, you can do intimidation instead. That's fine.
It's a far better check for me. That's what he's doing. He's trying to be intimidating. He's trying to, say, basically, help us or you're going to be blind, or I'll make you deaf as well.
Yeah, give me a roll. Let's see how well you do it.
Intimidate. 32.
That's perfect. So there are infernal powers you suspect that have sort of made him into a pact of his own to defend this place, but your terror surmounts that obsidian, and the bearded devil casts down the glaive. Tang! It clangs onto the ground, and he says, "I surrender. Just return my sight to me, please, and I will offer what wisdom I can." He says that in Infernal, but as you spoke to him in Infernal, you understand him. Yeah.
I just say, all I require is information. What are your numbers here?
There are many devils that work in service to the idolaters and Amosruin. We are beyond count. for beyond lies a way to the third circle.
So there's a way to the third circle in this building.
This is a place where those that are impacted to the third are counted. Any that make a pact with any devil, that pact, that power, is counted here. This is the counting house of the 9. And the numbers are beyond calculation.
Not a terribly good counting house. The numbers are beyond contemplation.
We are persistent in that endeavor.
Let me just rephrase the question slightly. As opposed to your entire number, how many in number are you specifically protecting Mosrin?
4 of the elite Abashai are his honor guard. And there are other kinds of devils that dwell in many different fortifications that lie beyond. There would be 20 or so.
I see. Very good. Any more questions, boys? Before I, return his sight and let him go.
Why'd you say it like that?
I have nothing to add. Do what you will.
Fair enough.
My sight, then.
The moment, isn't it? You see Obsidian raises a hand. You can almost see the intent is absolutely not to return his sight, just to kill him. But it takes him a second to do it. He sort of looks at the floor for a minute and then just shakes his head and takes a sigh and then drops the blindness.
The bearded devil blinks in surprise. One, because you have kept your word, which is perhaps an unknown quality for him, and also surprised that his sight returns. Yes, he will look at you, give one terrified glance, and then slowly will start backing up the stairs.
You can see that Obsidian's hand is just shaking next to him.
And with that, he sprints and vanishes up the stairs.
So, around 20 to overcome before we reach a Mosrin, we think, including 4 elite.
Obsidian, the searing energies of this wound continue to eat away at your temporary hit points. I haven't been counting, but it will have just been like 2 HP per round. So 2.
I mean, that took a little while. Let's say that it's like 6, and then he'll just use his normal healing, which is his negative energy power, to heal himself.
It does not work.
Oh.
I don't have any other way of healing myself.
Yeah. So you can give me either a heal check or a religion check.
Religion it'll be, or I do not have
I'm fairly good in heal.
much in heal. So you go for a heal and I'll go for a religion. I got a 14 religion because I've rolled a
26.
Not a religion I've ever come across before.
What
That's a little better.
skill were you using, Sylaster?
Heal.
So, as per the spell, you suddenly think to yourself that this is a wound that is not of the world. And using some craft of the elves that you could perhaps decide yourself, Sylaster, you beat the DC 16 heal check that is required to heal it. It is very specific in saying it's either a heal check, a cure spell, or a heal spell. Those are the only three things that cure an infernal wound.
Would have all damaged me further.
Exactly.
Except
so
heal.
you,
Except
Sylaster,
with the heal check.
fix Obsidian in some way. How do you do it, do you think?
I would imagine Sylaster keeps a few bits on his persons, from his home. But I think he's very cautious about not trying to heal Obsidian because that'll do him more harm. So instead trying to staunch it. And I think what he has is he may have some sort of like frost crystal of sorts that he's used before, and maybe he sort of like essentially like, cauterizes the wound, but with
cold.
frost
Yes, that's awesome.
And channels some of his elfish heritage into thinking, well, this could work.
And it is worthwhile considering you look at one of the glaives of the enemy that fell, and you can see that energy is no longer upon them. You surmise that this is a power that is held by some of the devils that you might face, and it might be a power that you face in the future. With that, you're now able to take in your surroundings a bit better. You are in this corridor. There is a way that leads over to where the gas trap is. Mirrored, there is another door on the far side of the corridor. Down the passageways that one of them Ansel took, as I mentioned, there appears to be a wall of fire blocking the passage. It does not appear to be normal fire either. It has a strange effect to it. And upon the wall behind you, you get a nasty glimpse into perhaps another dungeon that exists elsewhere. There is a devilish face that is carved into the wall.
Is there a giant void in its mouth?
There is.
Your head in it.
There is no giant void in its mouth, thankfully. But what I will state is that there are some words scrawled into the wall in Infernal. Obsidian, you know Infernal. Ansel and Sylaster, do you know these words? So
Ansel
only
doesn't know any languages.
so only you.
He'll just translate it as he reads it.
Yeah, you see that these are infernal runes, and they rhyme. They say, "Judgment awaits beyond fiery charms. The way will open when you take up arms."
Is this your out-of-game attempt to make us use actual weapons?
Use weapons! Well,
I used a weapon.
he did. He did. A rare usage of actually a weapon being used. Well, you don't know. That appears to be the rhyming charm that is scrawled upon the wall to the south of you at the moment, in the middle of the two fiery passageways that you imagine lead in the same direction.
Would you mind copying the
Yes,
word into
gladly.
chat for us?
Gladly, yes.
Otherwise, I won't take in the information.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Well, I don't know if you saw, but through that door there was a nasty gas. I'm not sure the other way behind us.
Well, I can get us
Is it
past the gas.
dissipated, the gas, or is it still filling the room?
It's ongoing because he's stuck on the grate. Is that right, Rob?
Correct, yeah, so he's just on the pressure plate, so it's just pumping gas into the room.
Eventually it'll run out or not.
Wow.
Once hell is empty of that gas.
That was his final FU, wasn't it?
100%.
His readied action was
He
to
knew what he
try
was
and slap the thing when Sylaster came in, but because he didn't see Sylaster go in, he didn't do it. But he still fell.
But he was
on it.
already like overbalanced.
Exactly. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
There is an easy to reach, very simple door.
There is, yes.
Not covered in fire and not guarded by gas or a poem, even worse. Dungeons with poems in, man. They're just...
Yeah, overrated. Overrated.
Judgment Wakefield, Fiery Challenge, Available Opening, take them up. I mean, should we dismember the corpses and just throw their arms at it?
That does seem appropriate for hell.
If we've got to chop off our own arms.
Why didn't
one
we
arm.
just open the door and see what instead lies this way?
Yeah, absolutely. You go ahead.
So you throw open the door, and inside you see a larger square chamber. Inside you clearly see that there are 4 devil statues that stand towering. They almost act as like pillars in the corners of the room. Beyond there is another door and then a corridor that leads to the south. On the northern wall there is a very large metal grate that appears to have some kind of well, it's just made of metal. This metal grate thing that's wrought into the wall.
More gas.
Just to say from here, I'm going to be in a stance hearing the air, so I get blind sense up to 30 feet. Pretty much whilst we're here, unless we go into combat.
That's described as kind of like is it almost or tremor senses when you feel it, right?
Yeah, so it's not like blind sight, like I can immediately know where things are. But if I say someone's invisible is sneaking up behind us, I can kind of tell.
Yeah.
Though I may not know the exact positions, I'd still need to pinpoint that. I can kind of hear and sort of echo locate through that. If that makes sense.
Sure, got it.
Speaking of types of sight, is there anything magical in?
There is an overriding sense of magical power coming from the room. It isn't like an invisible force or anything like that. It's almost like you can feel just raw magical power outside of the walls, as if behind the walls, like there's almost like great engines moving almost. So you get like a residue of magic from that. In this particular room, no magic.
Cool. And just because Mike mentioned not being able to see invisibility, just reference, I can see invisibility.
Yes, I remember this very well. And there doesn't appear to be anything invisible. However, you can all give me a DC 26 spot check, please.
Oh, well, that's not.
Been very
Potentially.
transparent with the DCs for some of these.
No.
I don't think I can actually hit it.
Oh, maybe you can't actually hit it. That's perhaps unfair.
I can't.
I could have, but I fluffed it.
Oh, okay, well.
Look at that. You could roll as well. But no, 21. Best I can do.
No.
Oh, that could have been.
I guess not.
Real
Then.
good.
I guess you miss something. But yeah, But Sylaster, as you step in, nothing untoward appears to happen to you. You don't seem like there's any particular problems that meet you at all.
Okay, I'm gonna just move to get an idea of what's going on down the corridor.
Yeah, you glance down there, and as I move our screen down there to give our viewers a glimpse as well, the corridor goes for a very, very long time. You note that there is almost like a similar metal grates that line the start of the corridors that match the grate at the northern end as well, almost.
Can we take a closer look at this grate?
Yeah, you absolutely can. You come close to it, and it almost looks like the ones on the walls down the corridor almost look like rails. You can see that there are like lined up a number of metallic supports or pipes that run that length, and they appear to sort of almost hum with a magical frequency. You understand, Ansel, that this is the magic that your sight kind of picked up on. It's universal magic, and you can just tell that that kind of magic is for kinetic purposes, to move things, like if it were a mage hand spell or a telekinesis power of some kind.
I can see there's track marks on the floor.
There is track marks on the floor. In case you didn't spot it, you were given a spot check. Yes, there are track marks on the floor.
Very strange.
They seem indented into the stone, like something's gone up and down here lots and lots and lots of times and worn the stone down a little bit, or is it like a scuff, like something's been dragged?
A kind of a mixture between the two. You're looking now at Obsidian, you follow, and there's these lines lead from in front of where you're standing to down the corridor. Yeah.
It makes me worry that there's some sort of horrendous corridor trap that's gonna.
Can you pull off the grating? How attached is it to the wall? Is it? Can you see through it? Like what?
Well, see, grate's difficult because
side.
like you can't see through it. It looks like it's almost like, perhaps grate's the wrong word, like corrugated iron almost. It's like a mesh of some kind. You can't see through it.
Perforated.
There's almost like perhaps like a faint glow that can be seen, but other than that, you can't see through it. No, it appears to be fixed to the wall, but none of you have attempted to like pull on it or physically push it at it at all, so you just don't know if it would move.
Can I just shake it?
Yes, you shake it. Can you give me a reflex saving throw, please, Ansel?
Yeah, I'm glad I'm stood over it.
A spell or spell-like ability?
Nope, it is very much a physical threat.
Then maybe I am dead. No. 25.
Oh my god. Ansel, at the last second, you pull this thing and you hear something just twang. And all of a sudden, this grate kind of rolls backwards and a massive, fiery boulder explodes towards you.
Oh, God.
It throws itself forward, and you at the last second, Ansel, are able to hurl yourself out of the way as it, in less than a round, meets the corrugated iron rails on the sides of the corridor, which it then throws, which quadruples its speed and hurtles the thing down the corridor until it vanishes into the...
It's a railgun! It's a bloody Gauss cannon.
It was an insanely powerful trap that just hurls a spherical ball of magma down the track. And then you see it sort of disappear into the bottom, and then you see the wall that you pushed at, Ansel, resets. So imagine what it's like when you go to a bowling alley and the ball disappears down the gully. You imagine eventually it might come back up. And then it goes silent, but that thrumming power again.
Well, that's concerning if we go down there.
Oh my. Exhilarating.
Okay.
Be careful of grates, everyone.
Before looking at the door, these statues in the corners. What do they look like? What is there?
Yeah, you give me a knowledge the planes check if you like.
I don't have it, so
Just a basic intelligence roll then.
I'll just give you a D20 for 9.
Okay, they just look like devils to you.
What awful statues.
Yep, they just look like weird devilish statues.
Just like
Okay.
generic ones. Or...
If you make a roll as well, Ansel, you might be able to determine anything differently. You could just do a straight intelligence or a knowledge the planes roll for more specific information.
So I think I read a book.
I'll have a little look at him as well.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Nope. We don't know.
Just looks like a devil to me.
Just looks like a devil, yeah.
Okay.
The corridor that yawns before you beckons, or there's the door over there, or of course there's the other way with the gas that continues to pump more and more out of it.
Shall we see the door?
Yeah, check the door.
Right, keep clear, you two.
Obsidian has already ran out of the door on the side of the room.
Sylaster will open said door.
You open the door, there is a short corridor that leads to another door.
Yeah. Why would you put a short corridor that leads to another door unless it's trapped? No.
I'll try the other door then at the end of that.
Nothing happens as you go down the corridor. Can you give me a spot check as you go to the door?
Probably not.
Flyers from the ceiling into your head.
Nope.
A magical one.
Critical fail and an 8.
Absolutely, no problem. Yeah, no problem.
And oh no.
You open the door and you see a familiar looking sight. You see a grate positioned in the floor. But you know from experience what that does, so you're not stupid. You know that looks very similar to the one that just nearly did massive amounts of constitution damage to you. So you see that and you see the door.
I'll beckon these two to come further then.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Just don't step in the middle. Right. Let's see what's behind door number 3.
As you pull the lever that pulls the mechanism to activate the gas trap, did I see more of you follow in there? Did I see someone go in and out just then?
I didn't go in and out.
I literally put my familiar in the corner to get him out of the way.
Well, I think Trick's probably going to be immune to this, so not to worry. But Sylaster, on the other hand, I need you to make a fortitude saving throw, please.
Well, we're in a different situation, so I shall attempt mind over body.
Yeah.
24.
Not enough.
Oh my god.
That's rolling a 4. Oh.
Oh, no, that's the wrong dice. You're lucky. That was a D12 and I rolled a 12.
Haha.
You take 3 points of constitution damage, I'm afraid, Sylaster, as the poison just blossoms into the room and the locked door. Well, it still feels like a door. It should be a way through, but you can tell it's locked. Yeah, and that unfortunately triggered the mechanism.
I step out, past the others. Oh!
Are you okay, Sylaster?
I feel withered. Weak.
I don't think I have it.
I'm
Oh,
guessing.
I've got restoration lesser.
I also have
3.
one.
Do you want one of mine?
Wait until we get through that, just because otherwise I might burn through them. I've got 2 as well. Well, 6, because I can atomize them.
There is nothing pressing the trap, though, here, so hopefully it's not going to be permanently going off like in the other room. So if you just give it a minute, it might.
I can't tell why that door is locked, but it is.
8 rounds pass. And then eventually the gas dissipates.
This is why the party should have someone with some skills.
Yeah.
We can just bypass the door. As long as we know that there's something past it.
I need line of
We'll end
sight.
up shafted in it.
Summon something to try and break the door.
I can shatter the door, but I don't know if that's going to cause another chain reaction.
I think I can shatter things from distance. I have a shatter ability.
Mm-hmm.
If we'd rather just check, actually.
If only Obsidian could conjure a skeleton key.
Ah, what a nice play on ideas. That's what it would be if he took a level in rogue. That would be very cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely try and attack the door. It seems physical like all the others, so there's nothing to prevent you from doing so.
At the door, you're going to set the trap off again, aren't you? You've got to be in there to do that, so I wouldn't personally want to try.
Well, I can use Baleful Utterance, which is a shatter spell, which I don't think I need to be directly next to it.
Baleful Utterance is such a rad name for a spell.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to atomize a lesser restoration potion.
Oh,
yeah,
there we go.
I'll try shrieking at the thing.
Okay. So what kind of it does? Well, what does it do?
So it says shatter creates a loud ringing noise that breaks brittle non-magical objects, sunders a single solid non-magical object, or damages a crystalline creature.
Yeah, well, this is an object. That's absolutely fine. That's effectively what it's for, destroying objects. So, does it do a set amount of damage or what?
It doesn't. It doesn't. It just says sunders a single solid non-magical object.
Oh well, in that case, then
it doesn't. But that feels excessive because that could be anything of any size.
well, what level spell is it?
It's only a level 2 spell.
Yeah, but it's a non-magical object, like in the,
I'm guessing if it was attended, you'd have a caster level check or a sundering attempt if it was like a weapon, for example.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's say then I'm just
They're weighing up to £10 per caster, so that's not very heavy, is
it? I'm gonna say it works.
Pounds per that's £140. That's £140 a heavy door.
Bit less.
Bam! With your utterance, Ansel, the door explodes, and for a moment you see that the gas returns, but it doesn't go out into the corridor. It remains contained here, and then after 6 rounds, it dissipates. And vanishes back into where it came. If I could select it.
I think rather than going through the door, we should all teleport. For fear of repercussions of interacting with the area of the door or something like that.
Oh, we'll be okay.
Well, I could just pull you all through with me, but
Sylaster has already gone. And
just around the corner.
He does just grip round the corners. You don't go near the grate, and that doesn't activate it. Yes, you're all able to pass through this place. You can still sort of get the scent of that gas without actually getting the effect of it. So you guys can give me a knowledge, nature, or a set wisdom check. If you have anything wisdom. Yeah.
I'll take a wisdom check because that's pretty good for me.
I mean, I'd rather it was just intelligence if it's a knowledge.
13.
Because it's more natural, I've gone wisdom. The only thing that you can think of, Sylaster, it smells like the fetid bogs that you find in the heart of the endless rocking, in the depths of the great valleys on the foothills of the mountain ranges. You think of the endless swamps there. This gas almost smells like a terrible swamp almost at a distance.
Okay.
And you think to yourself what the third circle of the 9 hells is like, and perhaps that is what it might smell like.
I don't want to go there.
Ew.
sounds gross.
Before you, there is another door of exact ilk to the one that has been blasted by the utterance.
Well then. Whoa.
You open the door and you see before you a rather bizarre looking sight. You see a great portion of stone wall that is thrust through with many different spearheads that kind of jolt out of the wall in different angles, and surrounding the spearheads there are a number of metal chains that are strewn across the floor. You can hear that rumbling energy, that kinetic force that Ansel detected when near the boulder trap. You can still hear that distant rumbling as you open the door here.
I have this terrible memory of chains.
Yeah, I was just thinking, didn't we come across a room full of chains and spears?
Yes, I threw
Sylaster
obsidian.
got. Yeah.
Because you were still attached to a chain, and I threw the enemy.
You did.
It's...
Oh yeah. Oh, memories. That is pretty funny.
It was very funny.
Are these chains alive?
Well, they're not moving, they just sort of appear to be mounted around these spears that jolt out of the walls. This is quite a large chamber, you see that extends quite far beyond. There is a door ahead as well, and more metallic grating in the corner there.
Take a step into the room and I can't read. Can you put me like a listen check to see if I can hear anything in the room? Like if anyone's trying to sneak or move or...
You can give me... Yeah, you can give me a listen check.
39.
The sharp, heightened senses of the snow elf tune out all else, and you can hear the clink, clink, clink of a chain gradually unraveling. But looking around, you don't see any of them moving per se. You realise that the sound of the chains is coming from the cage that is directly to your right. And there appears to be a mass of links rolling about each other within.
What's coming from that cage?
This cage here?
Yes.
So as you step in, I'm going to say, because it was a 39, that's an insane check, Sylaster. So you see that there is actually some strange entity concealed within the chains. Because it's a 39 on the listen check.
I'm making a point to hear the air.
Yeah,
get a bit of a
and
boost.
you absolutely see the shape of something that is lying in wait, ready to ambush. And another one here. And you are indeed right to recall the chambers of Castle Redhaven, for it was not the first time, or rather that was the first time you encountered chain devils. But because of your amazing hearing, you heard the ever so slight movement of chains clinking. But that just means that they do not get a surprise round on you, for as...
Do they know... I don't know, they don't know that we've detected them. We haven't reacted.
It doesn't matter.
They
You've
were
come
waiting for ambush.
you've come into the room as well, and as you come in, you see that the chains start coiling and roiling around like some great serpent unraveling, and some infernal chant goes up. You are not caught by surprise as I ask you to roll initiative, or at least I will when we come back after these short messages. Thank you all for watching Roll the Bones so far, those of you that made it this far. If you wouldn't mind giving the video a like, if you would like to see more like it, and subscribe if you want to see more, and of course ring the bell to get notifications when the bones are being rolled. And we'll be back in a short moment. Don't go away.
You're doing it again, Michael.
I know.
We have returned, and whilst Michael pulls the most peculiar faces, we roll initiative. The chain devils, unraveling from their binds of their hiding places, unravel, but they do not act first. With a critical on the initiative, Ansel goes first. What do you do?
So Ansel will immediately leap into action and
Leap.
leap and come for that. With a sickening blast on the one that's most likely to attack Obsidian. business. So yeah, let's do a sickening blast on that. 16 on its touch.
That will hit his touch. I now need you to roll a caster level check, please.
Unheard of. 30. Yeah.
More than
What a
enough.
bastard.
So the blast hits the target and goes through the spell resistance. Do your damage.
22 points of damage, and then it must do a fortitude save DC 21 or be sickened.
Very good. So it will take some of that. That was the one that's directly in front of you because you were shooting down the corridor. Yes.
Yes.
What was the DC for the fortitude?
21.
It passes. It is not sickened.
Yes, that's nice. I forgot to actually move the shade.
But it did get hit from the blast, and links of chain go spiraling away from him as he recoils from the strike. What else do you do, Ansel? Anything else?
I'm going to move the shade so it's equidistant between the two creatures.
Great word.
I think so. It's affecting both of them, so they are both -2 to saves, and they have -2 to their AC.
Very good. Yes, the shade grabs onto those many shadows of the chains that writhe around them as you move forward. Anything else, Ansel?
That will do me for now.
Okay, perfect. So the one that is over here now goes, and is immediately going to, let's see. Doesn't even need to move. Will just stand where it is as two chains lance out towards you, Sylaster. As it begins its dancing chains. I'm so sorry, I do it a disservice. 4 chains come lancing out at you. 1, 2, 3, 4. As it tries to smash you with these powerful iron links. What is your armor class?
Flat-footed is 21.
First one's a hit.
Uh-oh.
Second one is a hit. Possibly a critical on the third. Just a hit. And a hit. These shouldn't be hitting you, you think, as bam, 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 4 of these chains slam into you. For transparency, I'm going to be using a dice roller.
Uh-oh.
That just means it's a lot of damage. Damn it.
29 points of bludgeoning damage as these chains come scything down at you. And can you also make a grapple attempt for me, please? As these things slam into you, it's going to try and grapple you.
Just the one?
4 times.
Tell you what. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh dear.
Started off strong.
You started off strong, so you beat him the first 2. Third one gets you. A chain wraps around you, Sylaster, and you are now grappled by the chain devil, the chiton, as they are known in the infernal tongue. And it leers down upon you, sort of lifting itself up on these almost Doc Ock-like tendrils that extend out of its back as he hovers above you. This thing has these terrible piercing eyes that seem to look into you, these devils made of metal and chain and malice. That is that one's turn. This one is just going to stand where he is. Obsidian, what is your armor class? Flat-footed armor class, because you've not acted yet.
Flat-footed armor class is 15.
That's a hit. That is a hit. Obsidian, you are alarmed as this chains devil doesn't reach out with his chains towards you. Instead, the chains wrap around spears that jut from the walls and whoom, whoom, just uses the chains to just launch 2 javelins at you, and both of them connect. That does 22 points of piercing damage. Oh, sorry, you'll want them individually, won't you? That was an individual.
I mean, I can just,
You just
do
reduce
2
it off your
times.
thing. Yeah.
So I take 12.
Cool. Yeah. So 2 javelins get thrown at you from the walls.
Off of my temporary hit points that I still have.
Okay. And
Nice.
also,
Okay.
Sylaster and Obsidian, can you both do spot checks for me, please?
Oh no.
Sorry, Sylaster and me?
Yes.
No, 13.
Probably not, but I'll have a go. 7. I see 2 spears.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ansel. I thought you were further up the corridor. I looked again, and you're not. So you definitely get one as well.
Yay. 13.
Sylaster, give me a listen check.
Aha.
Now we're talking.
Oh. But still, 26.
You hear that there is a vast amount of movement roiling through the chains. You are certain that these 2 chain devils are not the only threat in this room. But that, at the moment, means it is now your turn, Sylaster. You are grappled with these chains. What do you do?
Well, as my teleport doesn't provoke attack opportunity, it doesn't have any movement components to it, I can use a swift action to bring myself to here. So I just sort of disappear, drop out of them. The chains drop to the floor. I appear next to him in a swift blink. And then I will attempt a channeled greater insightful strike as I go for a hit.
Very good. Roll it up.
35.
Yes, it's a hit.
As for a double concentration check, 6. Oh, one of them was a nat 20.
Oh my god! You notice that as you're striking this thing, it does have some resistance when you're striking at the thing. But even that is not enough to save it, as you just plow through the creature, destroying it. What is it like as you do so?
Oh, yeah, it's always that sort of Tai Chi, sort of more palm to him. But this is like dodging between the chains and just taking a moment to find that gap where maybe the chains are roiling.
Searches for the weak spot.
Yeah,
Like
just douche. Yes, just like that.
Bang!
That's so cool. Yeah, it reels back, unraveling like it's chains, and then it breaks away into nothing at all as you are victorious. Is there anything else you can do on the turn, Sylaster?
I swift. I did that. I can move.
Yep.
So I shall bring myself to here so I can threaten this one.
Yeah, very good. You move to threaten. That is your turn then. Last, but certainly not least, Balkan Graves. What do you do?
Although Sylaster's probably said they're not alone, I don't know where anything else is, so I don't know how to target it. So I will just summon. So Obsidian will step back 1 into the corridor Okay. So this is a really easy one for you to do, Rob.
I'm ready. I'm ready, mate.
Literally, what happens is Obsidian stands there. He focuses for a second. It looks like he's about to do a negative energy burst, right? But then, just as the burst is about to go off, instead he steps back out of a shadow version of himself.
I've got it. There you go.
Yeah. So the shadow is just a dark version of Obsidian.
Yes.
Negasidian.
Negasidian, yes. You should now have control.
I have control. It moves forward by 2.
Shoots forward.
And it just goes for an incorporeal touch attack on the chain devil. So, incorporeal touch. This is on, obviously, its touch.
Yeah, roll it up.
Ah, balls. It's crap.
It reaches, and all of a sudden the chain just unravel, and the chain devil has just moved away from the touch.
Just moves out of the way. That's okay. That's okay. He's only just spawned. Not a problem. Plenty of time. I have moved. I have cast. That is my turn.
Very good. We are back to the top of the round, and Ansel. These things are unraveling out of the chains. What do you do?
Let's give it another sickening blast. Why not? Let's just make sure that the shade is nice and tight to it. 17 on its touch. It's at -2 to its AC.
Is a hit to his touch armor class.
And then the spell resistance, 27.
Well remembered, and both succeed, yeah. So that's absolutely fine.
An unusually good spell resistance roll this week for some
Great,
reason.
yeah,
Normally I'm terrible at it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Very nice.
19 points of damage, and then a DC 21 fortitude save, or the sickened, and it's -2 to the saves currently. If it can be sickened, it may not be able to, being made of metal.
There is nothing that I can see upon its details that says it would, so no, it's fine. They're not.
They're not metal. There is such a thing as a chain golem, I believe, that is created by the chain.
Yeah, they're
devils, but they're
not. So he fails. So you are successful in that. He is now sickened.
Fantastic. So he's now -2 to attacks, -4 to saves, -2 to checks, -2 to weapon damage, -2 to AC.
Very good. Yes, he reels from the power, and draws his chains up, ready for another attack. Because I think that's everything on your turn, Ansel.
Indeed.
So he is just going to initiate dancing chains, which means that 4 chains come writhing down. Yeah, he's just going to go for Sylaster.
That's the only corporeal target there.
Yeah, I mean, let's not waste time.
There's a couple of shadow buddies.
It could try.
Shadow friends.
Sorry, armor class.
28.
1 hits, 1 misses.
That's a lovely armor class, Sylaster.
That's a
Congratulations.
miss. And that's a miss. So 1 hits you, Sylaster. You're sort of dodging in and out of all of these chains, but 1 glances you for 17 points of bludgeoning damage. That was an insane roll for the 1 attack. Jesus Christ. And then you see out of the corner of your eye an emergence as another chain devil appears in this sort of grated alcove there. And as it appears, you make eye contact with it, Sylaster. Perform a will saving throw.
I don't. That's for fortitude only, but that's okay. Oh, critical fail.
Oh my god. So, Sylaster, you turn and you look at the chiton and you see something terrible. You see that it has the face of a loved one or a sworn enemy. Who does Sylaster see?
Jump on.
Oh, I would say it's their mentor, the person who directly passed on their knowledge.
Yes.
It's not so much like a family love, but it's a love of respect. Like the person that Sylaster probably holds the most dear is them who passed on that training and that knowledge.
Yes. You see the figure of a wise snow elf sage, a sword sage that has taught you your long years. And they behold you for a second with a look of ill disappointment, as you are now on -4 to attacks for 7 rounds.
Oh, just attacks.
Might just attacks, yeah. As you're thrown off your game with the unnerving gaze of the chitons. That was its turn. However, you hear further unraveling chains as from around the corner there comes another of their ilk. This one appears there. Can he reach there? He can. He has to do... Okay, so he's only going to get his normal 1 attack rather than full attack. So he moves there, and his chains wrap around 2 spears and hurtle them down the corridor. These 2 are going... I know, 1 each, actually. One's going to go for Obsidian. Armor class.
19.
Okay. Possibly a critical. My goodness.
Oof.
That is a critical, Obsidian.
But is it?
So, let me do a D4. So, 1 is a failure, yeah. Let me... Oh, I just pasted something in there that I wasn't supposed to. Roll 1D4. Let's see. It's a critical.
Bloody critical.
So, we'll resolve that in a second. Ansel, armor class.
Also 19.
That is possibly a fumble.
The die.
Yeah, it is spoken.
Go swap sides.
Yeah. One is like dead on.
More comfortable.
The other one just flips it completely. It is just a miss. So it is just Obsidian then. So Obsidian,
You'd like me to roll the 100?
I was going to ask if you wouldn't mind just to save me from opening something else.
Oh,
84.
Oh,
decapitated.
I'm sorry. I've just realised that I don't have it open. That's so annoying. You'd think I'd learn.
Well, to be fair, it's probably was unavailable due to the cloud flare.
yes.
Fairly rarely, yes.
That's true. I'll blame it on that.
I think while we've got the excuse.
There we go. So what was the number again? Sorry.
84.
You're actually fine, to be honest. So we will just do the damage first of all, and then I will tell you the effect. So you take 16 piercing damage as the spear collides with you, but what does the damage more is that the spear kind of breaks as it hits you, and what happens is your secondary arm shoulder is crushed, which means no secondary attacks, no shield use for 1d4 hours. So it means nothing, but the damage for your shoulder is still
to me,
absolutely
and that just
mashed.
That has just taken my temporary hit points off. I'm now at full health.
Wow.
So actually quite fortunate, because, you know, that doesn't really bother you too much. You just hear a snap as your shoulder is crushed from the impact. But other than that, you're actually
I'm sure
fine.
it kind of does, but then it sort of automatically heals from the last of the spell, and I'm just fine.
That's very cool.
That works out really nicely.
That was its turn. Sylaster, it is now your turn to retaliate. -4 in attacks, yes.
Pull yourself together, Sylaster.
I'm not too fussed about this one here because the shades and your shade is on it.
Shade in the shadow.
Shade in the shadow.
But
sitcom, yeah.
this face has appeared, which has thrown me. So I will tumble away, which I've got at least 26, so I can just do that. 5, 10. So I shall tumble and ooch my way over to here. And more out of like aggression, like decorum sort of gone. Sylaster's going to go for a bloodletting strike. Hopefully.
Oh, nice.
So this is with a -4.
Go for a bloodletting strike against
18.
I know it does.
Is a miss. You swing wildly, and it just wraps a chain round your arm and just drags you wide of the strike.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh.
Obsidian, it is now your turn.
First of all, I'm going to go with the shadow version of Obsidian on this guy. There. So on his touch armor class, 23 this time.
His armor is at -2.
He's a -2, yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. Thank you very much. Yeah, that is a hit on his touch armor class.
Lovely. So to start with, is there any point in rolling cold damage? Remember, I know these guys had an immunity to some sort of element or something.
Is what you're doing automatically going to do that, or are you trying to decide what energy to use against this guy? Because I will...
No. I hate all my summons have automatic cold damage.
He is immune.
That's not the main damage.
They are immune to cold damage. Yes.
In which case, he will take one point of strength damage.
Okay. That's that one there, isn't it? Yep. By the shadow. Yep. Yowza. He's not doing very well, that one at all.
Yeah. And then he will move over here next to Sylaster. And that is because... Yep. I don't think the shade can be hit with this stuff, right? No. Okay, good. To just check. So they are within the cone. I will cast...
The shade is not even non-corporeal. It's a level beyond even that.
Wow.
A figment of nightmares.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I'll do a caster level check.
Please do.
Do you want one caster level check for both, or would you like one on each?
Oh, one on each, please.
30.
Pass.
20.
Pass.
Lovely. In which case, there is no saving throw. They are both within the cone. I cast Waves of Fatigue. As negative energy just saps the entire area that they're stood in, and all their chains that are shaking and rattling around just shake a bit slower and start to droop, hit the floor and flop.
Like in
and they are
Christmas Carol, they become
both.
Yeah.
Marley and Marley.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And they are both fatigued, which I will.
You got it.
Find the official. Three.
Okay.
Condition summary. Here we go. So fatigued.
-2 to strength and dex. Yeah.
Pretty gnarly. Yeah, so -2. They cannot run or charge.
Run.
-2 penalty to strength and dexterity. Doing anything that would normally cause fatigue. Causes the character to become exhausted.
Yowzers.
So -2 to strength and dexterity, so that's lowered their attacks and their armor class, I suspect. And yeah.
That guy is so screwed. This one's okay, but still, that's not ideal. Not ideal. Okay, yeah, so your negative power saps away at them. Is there anything else you can do on your turn, Obsidian?
No, I'm going to divide up the targets a bit more. I'm going to just move over to here.
Perfect.
Just so that we're not in a corridor that's, directly opposite.
We are back to the top of the round. Ansel, it is your turn.
Great. Ansel is going to he's going to make a charge attack.
Whoa.
He's going to charge 10 foot forward and charge this one here because he's got an extra long reach.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So you rush forward.
And it's +2 on the charge?
Yes, it is. Yes. Oh!
28 on its touch.
Are you using your claws?
I am using my claws, so I will probably fail this. Oh no, 27?
You're fine, you're absolutely fine. So
Level.
you rush forward on the charge, your claws ignite with eldritch power, and bam, you slam into him. Roll the damage.
Well, it's critical.
It is a critical, so yes, we should look to the table.
100.
Look to the sport.
8.
So we all know what that is. That is a standard critical, but listen, that's better than if you hit him in the shoulder, I can tell you that. So yeah, standard critical to your attack, please. Damage, please, rather.
44 points of damage.
And it is more than enough already damaged from a number of attacks and effects. Ansel, you rush forward and put an end to this creature. What does it look like?
Ansel just leaps through the air, and as he jumps, his arms get longer and the claws extend, and he just thrusts them both into this chain devil. Just ripping him apart, and then he glares at the one just next to him here, who, because I charged,
yes,
to perform a will save due to my dreadful wrath.
Dreadful charge. Yes, I remember. This was early Ansel abilities as well. I like this.
Yes.
So
this is a DC 24 will save.
He has a really good will save, but he's just rolled terribly. So that is a fail. He is broken by the wrath. What happens to him?
He becomes scared.
So he's fatigued and now he's scared.
He's not scared actually. Sorry, he's shaken. I want to say.
I'm pretty sure it is shaken. Yeah, shaken. So scared and really tired,
and then just about it. Add insult to injury. The shade will take a step towards him and start ripping into his shadow.
Oh, I love that.
giving him some extra business.
I like that because, as we've already said, the shade grabs onto people's shadows. It's kind of almost like reeling the shadow of the chain in as he approaches.
Yes,
That's Ansel then. Okay, let's quickly have a look as we move through them. He is destroyed. I've gotten rid of him. So now this one that faces Sylaster. Sylaster, you went for this guy. But unfortunately, yeah, you missed. He is now going to just throw 4 chain attacks at you. Armor class.
28.
That's a hit.
Oh.
That's a miss. That's a hit.
Oh.
Miss. So 2 hits. These chains just come raining down at you. Bam, bam. 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Bam, bam, bam. They just slam down on top of you. Can you make 2 grapple checks, please?
Oh. $18 and then 20.
You are grappled from the first attempt.
Uh-oh.
That is its turn. This one's dead, of course. This one is fatigued and shaken, but will still act, and will just rush through the spectre of the shape that is the shade. Actually, no, you know what? He doesn't even need to. He could just attack there. He's going to attack at you, Ansel. Like, he throws everything he's got at you, even though he's shaken. The shade also giving him a minus to his attacks too, yes? Is that right? Or is it just his armor class, the shade, isn't it?
It's just his armor class.
Yeah. So he's just at -2, this guy. Armor class?
19.
Possibly a fumble. And a miss. Just a miss. The third was a hit. Last is a miss. So only 1 hits you. I'll just roll that in front of my waking eyes. That is 11 points of bludgeoning damage to you, Ansel.
Cool. You mentioned earlier that iron. Is it cold iron or hot iron?
You know what? That is a great point, because lots of them do have cold iron weapons.
Yeah.
This doesn't say anything about them being cold iron. They are classed as spiked chains. Cool. Which is a shame.
You say 11 points of damage.
11, yes. 11 points of bludgeon. And a singular grapple check for you, please, my friend.
Yes. 21.
Respectable.
His is -2 because it's shaken as
well. Ooh, so it was close. That definitely helped. It tries to grapple hold of you, Ansel, but you slip from the bonds and are not grappled by him. That one struck at you. That one went for you. That is their turn. Sylaster, it is now your turn.
I don't have any teleporting tricks up my sleeve at the moment. So what I do have is I will attempt a grapple check. So as one of my attacks, then I'll attempt a grapple check to escape.
Yep. It's pretty good, but I think you have a chance. Yeah, you definitely have a chance.
Beautiful. So that's my attack.
Yeah. Well, you have as many attempts as you have attacks, don't you? So, yeah.
Yes. The problem now... Ooh, I don't know the best option here. I will risk it. My armor class is relatively high. I'm going to take a potion, which will provoke an attack opportunity.
Oh, you'll take it.
28.
I'm not touching it. I'll take a picture
Confirm.
of it.
I trust you.
You trust me? All right. It's a natural 20. Just a hit.
Okay.
Because that was a 5.
As I go to quaff a potion. What's the damage?
The damage is 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Back then. Take a potion.
It takes me to 4.
How are you so low? Oh my god.
Quite a few attacks.
I guess, yeah.
I atomize a cure serious wounds.
I wasn't even aware that you were taking that much damage.
It's been consistent throughout, and also I started low because the con damage. Although I regained my con, I didn't regain the.
But you didn't regain the health. Yeah.
So I was already on a deficit to begin with.
Oh,
it's risky. Okay.
Not a great roll.
It's okay, but that was my move action, so yep. Let's see what happens. That's the end of my turn. Oh. Also, I will drop as a free action into the Pearl of Black Doubt.
Yeah.
Let's try to boost my defense.
Yep, very good. Very good. That was Sylaster's turn then. Obsidian, Dread Necromancer, what do you do?
First, we will have the Shadow have a wee crack at.
The one next to Sylaster, yeah?
That's that's my brain froze.
That's fine.
Just touch attack. 19 on his touch armor class.
Is a hit.
Lovely stuff. So he will take 2 points of strength damage. Come on, D6s.
Oh god, him as well.
It's just not great, is it? Sylaster, so you're looking
bad.
Almost dead. Am I right?
I'm feeling a bit better now, but I was looking very close.
How much has this consistently been doing to you each round? Is it conceivable it could kill you in a round if it does well?
Absolutely.
It was my flat-footed right at the biggest hit. Mm-hmm. I can get out of there. It's fine.
All right. Since the summon is incorporeal, I will stand here next to Sylaster and move forward. Occupy the same space as my summon, which I'm just going to shunt across one because otherwise it's just going to be irritating. But we're sharing the same space. I lunge forward and I go for a touch attack on the chain devil.
Okay. I'm guessing what you're about to cast isn't spell resistance.
There will be. I've got to get the touch first, though.
Okay, that's fine. Just checking. Go ahead.
25 on touch.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, you touch.
You
grab hold of it. Aye.
So, pass the level check. 21.
Ooh. You pass.
Lovely. And this is a level 6, so it's there's the character sheet, like a genius. Well, the DC is 25, but I'm just got to double check as to what the actual save is. There we go. Can it please do a will DC 25?
Maybe. It has got a goodwill save. But he rolls a 3 on the die, so the answer is no, he cannot.
So Obsidian races forward. You see this green energy power up his hand, and he basically does like almost look like a sort of quivering palm attack, but a really just a casual one because there's no skill to it really, and it will take 140 points of damage. As I cast harm.
Harm.
Harm is perhaps the biggest understatement. It just what does it look like? As you just destroy the thing with a touch, Obsidian.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah. So the energy builds up in his hand. He rushes forward. He touches it, and as he touches it, from the impact of the touch, it just explodes outwards in a sort of the end of Rorschach from Watchmen type deal. And we've both got chiton goo on us. It's just dripping off the end of my mask.
Oh my!
It was messy and overkill because Obsidian was worried that Sylaster was going to die, so he's trying to save his friend, but he maybe went a bit overboard.
I just want to add, as he exploded, it wasn't the chiton that Sylaster saw; it was his mentor that he saw just explode and detonate in front of him.
Oh no!
That's incredible.
Oh no!
With no compromises, or whatever it is he says at the end of that film, you absolutely just obliterate the creature, and rains of chain come down around you. Excellent work. That was Obsidian's turn. We're back to the top of the round. Ansel, it is your turn.
Yes, let's just do 2 big claw attacks. We'll try and get this guy. It's not pasted. On his touch there. -2 to his armor class.
Oh, of course there is touch. Yes, that hits.
Excellent.
So it's a critical.
A critical. I'll do the second attack and then the
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
22. And then spell resistance 1.
You're fine. It comes through. It goes through.
Spell resistance 2. Good. And then the critical.
Yep, so the D100.
19, so that's just a critical modifier.
Critical mod, yep.
I'm assuming.
It is, yeah. Standard critical multiplier.
No, ignore that. That's not right. I've got an extra D20 on that. That's it's only 68.
Only 68.
Yeah, I rolled an extra D20 on there, so
Huge hits to end like that.
Even with the damage reduction, that is enough to kill him. What is it like, Ansel, as you crit this guy?
So the shade is like on the ground in the shadow, like tearing apart the shadow of this thing, and then it emerges from the floor, pulling up the chain creature's shadow into the air, and Ansel just slashes through both the shadow of the creature, and then the creature behind it, and it just like splinters into broken links everywhere.
And with that, the chains all around begin to just break away and rust before your waking eyes as the strangers are triumphant against the chain devils. The din of battle fades.
Good work, guys.
You have my thanks, Bogram.
And you didn't even throw him across the room this time.
Didn't have the time. Please excuse me whilst I take numerous healing potions. I am going to atomize a whole. So there's basically one cure serious wounds. I'm going to atomize 3 times. So that is 98 plus 45.
Oh gosh.
80. That still doesn't take me to full, but it's almost. So that's enough. It's 108.
How close to death were you, by the way?
I got to 4 points.
Oh.
It was catching me off guard at the start that really didn't help. And then just consistently hitting at least twice quite heavily.
Yeah, they had some nasty quantity of attacks, if not.
If I wasn't flat-footed at that point, would have been fine. But and I didn't. I tried to mix up my maneuvers, and paid the price for it at the end. So lesson learned.
Speaking of lessons, Sylaster, you can't help but dwell on the face of your mentor, Arctor, the wise snow elf that trained you from your early days, and you can't help but feel that you're adhering to those lessons. You think about your abilities, the Pearl of Black Doubt. You think about your practice defense maneuvers. You feel compromised, Sylaster. There is some will working against yours in every battle that you've faced.
Yes, this isn't right.
You seem a little paler than usual, Sylaster.
Is it the blood loss?
It's this place. It's not right.
It's not pleasant. You just seem a little off.
It is.
Do you need to take a minute? We really aren't. We aren't in an extreme rush to get through every room.
I prefer we don't stop and dwell, and we keep moving.
Fair enough.
The sooner we get out of here, the better.
Perhaps.
This place is almost the antithesis of where I grew up. It is foul. It is far beneath the earth. It is inclemently hot.
If you'd rather, you could head back out and Obsidian and I can go on alone.
And risk you two perishing without my incredible skill. I think not.
I think he's the type to cut and run.
It's always nice to.
Well, if you pay me, maybe I will.
I think as attentive as I could have been, I don't think you should have been as at risk as you were there. I just got a little swept up in the combat. Should have came to your aid sooner. I apologize.
It's fine.
But is it fine, Sylaster? The thought nags at you again and again. I shouldn't have been hit then. I blocked that.
That was blue. That was blatantly blue just
then.
then.
It was a blatantly blue just then. Deep pink cuts.
Hungry. What's the time?
What's the time?
Hungry.
So
I don't play that anymore. Makes me rage. We should have a little, just a quick once over of this room, and then I think we can surmise that door leads back to the trapped corridor, or possibly trapped corridor. I think maybe still trapped, so maybe try the other door.
Well, glancing in there, strangely, that sort of metal platform that goes around the kind of wall that the spears were all jutting out of, There doesn't appear to be an obvious entrance there, but you can give me a spot check.
That's a 3.
I'll join you.
Obsidian's
25.
too busy trying to wipe chiton goo off of his lenses.
Ansel, you see that there is a very cleverly concealed detail here, actually. So if I would just... Oh, there we go. Yes, there's a secret door.
Ooh.
That leads
There is a secret
into...
door.
Yes, quite right. It seemingly leads into the long corridor. But past what looks like the rails and the area that leads into the corridor.
It could be that you're sort of bypassing where the trap is. I still think we should try. I still think we should try this other door here first, because
Sure.
So
scary,
before
scary,
you
dangerous.
head over there, because it's quite definitive, as you approach that door, Sylaster, you're the first. Well, in fact, all of you can make a listen check for me, please, as there's a resonance of some kind.
Did I drop out of my stance? Yes, I did.
It's even worse. Spot 12.
Well, I'll drop back into it.
12.
28.
28 is really good. Obsidian, you can just hear some strange kind of din from beyond. Sylaster, you hear, and this is very bizarre, it's almost like you can hear the sound of weapons on armor, on steel striking against iron, but it's rhythmic, it's repeated, it's a pattern that goes over and over again. It's a kind of strange melody that's being made up of a series of impacts and metallic scraping sounds. Because the check is so high, Sylaster, you can sense that this is almost some kind of rhythmic chanting, scraping metallic voice almost that echoes from beyond the door.
Well, that's odd.
Curious.
As I recite that.
Yes.
Do we think it's some sort of what is wrong with my brain today? Construct.
A construct, a smith, some machination. Can I peek if I can do a hide check? Or...
Yeah, you can do a hide check and a move silently check, please.
I'll do hide, then move. So hide 39 and 33 for move silently.
Yeah, you can open the door and peek, and you can take a look. So this door, just to explain, it's almost like a warehouse, like a warehouse door that you pull along rollers almost. So you can sort of like peek like that. But because of the immense amount of noise and because you're so careful with that insane roll, there's no chance of spotting or hearing you. You open this door and look out across a void. The ground that you have been walking on appears to break away into fractured bridges of stone that arc out across an abyss. And upon the remaining stone, there are a number of figures. First of all, you see two bearded devils standing guard in the central platform there. Beyond that, there are two towering figures on the top side of the medium-sized category that are drawing the great masterwork looking iron great swords across their armor. They're almost drawing them like great bows of a cello across themselves. And this rhythmic, metallic chant echoes in a horrid rhythm across the abyss. You see before you what looks like a dangerous place to tread, indeed. As you
so lots, big drops, thin walkways, ominous creatures.
You almost have a flashback, Sylaster, to a time where you skirted the edge of a similar-looking abyss, only to be met with a concealed gargoyle. The very gargoyle that sent you to the plane of Arvenath, the realm of elven dead.
Yes. Okay, so there's quite a lot going on down there.
There is, yes. A lot going on down there.
We could take it.
I don't know what those creatures are. They seem to use their weapons to manifest music across their armor. They're almost if not as tall, if not taller than you, Ansel. They are gigantic. And there's little room to move.
But that means there's little room for them to move too.
Yes.
I've seen you throw all sorts of things, Sylaster. If you could get in there and chuck one.
Yes.
Obsidian, do you have any, I assume you don't have a silence spell. Not that sort of...
Sorry.
No. Just as we don't know what that magic... Well, may not be magic. We don't know what the noise is doing. Or could do.
Yes, yes.
The problem with unknown magic. What are our options? Could continue on into there and take them out. Or we could try the trapped corridor and hope we've bypassed it.
Or we figure out a way to move that corpse off the pressure plate and try the other side.
I suspect that wouldn't be too difficult to move the corpse.
Sure
we wouldn't even need to move the corpse. I can teleport us all past it. Not an issue.
Kind of against the wall there a little bit, though. It would be better to move the corpse than to do that, I think, just in case we need to withdraw quickly. Well,
I think we should fight this way. I think it could be fun.
How are we all doing?
Terrific.
Peachy.
Yeah. All right. I mean, I could... I can cast a fair few more before I start to get worried about the amount of spells I have left.
Give me a moment. Let me just make sure I've got the appropriate maneuvers prepared.
Just because we have had a full combat outside, and then one another combat, and then another big combat.
Yeah,
You know, if we're not prepared for that many combats in a row, it is okay to withdraw. But if we're all feeling good, I agree with Ansel. I think we should continue. We've committed to a path to an extent here, in getting past the traps back there and killing the chain devils. So I think we should just go for it. See what we can do.
If it helps, Sylaster, you're confident that because you know of them and they don't know of you, you will get a surprise round. You can hurl the door open, and you'll each be able to act in a surprise round. You're confident that you'll be able to do that.
Yes, just making sure I pick the right maneuver.
You
But
see
it is
that?
also worth remembering. Well, no, I'm not going to say anything.
That could be invaluable. If we get a surprise round, I can get a nice area of effect spell on.
Okay.
We can throw in some cloud kill. We can throw in some acid fog.
Always fun.
I have some tricks prepared.
I'm all tricks.
Okay. Shall we?
You each prepare, ready for the moment where this short peace will turn to battle once again.
Ava, you want to go first, or shall I?
Depends what Obsidian's planning. If he's planning something that will prevent us from accessing people, he should
Can you
either do
indicate
that
to
first.
me, because I can't remember, and I know that Obsidian would, because he's far sharper than me, and I'm just not. I don't have a thinky brain tonight. Where were they stood again? There was two back here.
Yes.
There was two here.
Roughly, yes.
Yeah.
That's the problem with Cloud Kill, isn't it? Cloud Kill is poison, and you never know with devils and demons and things, outsiders, whether they're going to be completely immune to poison.
Most are.
As opposed to acid fog, which stops them moving and does continuous damage.
Then I'm definitely going before you do that. It's just let me know where you acid fogging, because last time when I've been caught in it, that threw me off as well.
Yeah, I remember that.
I suspect I will go for. Well, where were the ones? There were two bearded devils, and there were two magic-y ones doing the music, the casting.
Well, there were two at the back.
Someone ping me where the magic-y ones are.
Somewhere back
Magic
here.
ones are at the bottom.
Right. Okay, so that's where I'll cast acid fog. I'll place it here so it gets those two. Hopefully, it'll disrupt their concentration a little bit, do them a bit of damage.
Who said they were casting? They could just be.
Or they're doing some sort of music, but either way, it means that you can head in and get an attack on the guys near the front because it won't stop you. And it'll be at the back doing damage. So it will mean as well that they can't immediately then run towards you to attack you.
Sure.
Because they'll be stuck in the acid fog, which is also solid fog.
Okay.
Of course, the other option is I'm just looking one creature per level 2, no two of which can be more than 30 feet apart. How big is the space in the... So I could get all of them instead with a mass inflict. I could do mass inflict serious wounds.
I'm going to let you go first, Obsidian. I don't want to get in there just yet.
3d8 plus 14 to every single one of them initially. I think the acid fog is going to be better because it's one save, and if they pass it, they don't take damage on that, as opposed to. Yeah, okay, that's what I'll do. So I'll cast acid fog at the back.
Okay, well then.
And it will get those two in it.
I will open the door, you cast. Ansel, you throw in what you want, we'll go from there.
Sounds great.
After 3. 1, 2, 3.
The door rattles open.
Bogren first.
Bogren first. Your surprise
OGG.
action.
Cast acid fog. Its origin is directly in between them. Fog spreads out 20 feet radius, 20 feet high. Oh shit. 20 feet radius, so just shy of the two at the front.
As you throw open the doors...
Actually, I'll put it there so it gets them, but you can stand and hit them without having to go into it. So actually all 4 of them are in it.
What level spell is acid fog, please?
6.
Can you make a concentration check, please, Obsidian?
Sure.
Because of the music?
I suspect that's what that's about. $29.
You feel some distracting power sort of trying to eat into your concentration, Obsidian, but you persevere and you are able to cast a spell.
Lovely.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Make another concentration check.
38. Much better.
Even better. Yeah, not to worry. Yep, so you pass. There is something strange to that sound, but you're able to persevere, and the spell goes
take,
off.
2d6 points of acid damage.
Okay.
The second that it appears, so I will just roll one set of that. 6. Unless you want me to roll the same thing 4 times.
Yes, let me just check something. 6 points of acid damage, yes?
Mm-hmm.
They all take
none. They take none. Okay, they have damage reduction, or they're immune to acid, but doesn't matter because they are limited massively as to their vision. And it also functions as a solid fog spell, so you can only move 5 feet per round, literally.
Okay. Yep, so the acid fog blooms into existence, and alarmed, they scramble to position, but it is the next surprise action. Who goes next?
Do you want to go, Mikhail? Actually, no, I should go because mine's ranged.
Okay, so who do you take aim at?
You could possibly move the shade in as well, and
yeah,
with
the shade will rush in, and I'll just
Yes.
hit the one directly ahead of me. I think if I can try. With a sickening blast, since it's sickening fog. 18 on its touch armor class.
It is a hit against the touch armor class of the bearded devil.
Would you like me to do any strange?
Yes, if it's magic, cast a level check, please.
Caster. 34.
That is absolutely fine.
Fantastic. 24 points of damage of magic.
Ooh.
And then it must do a fortitude save DC 21, and it is -2 to saves due to the
20, what, sorry,
action.
was the total?
DC 21.
That is a 1 on the die. That is a failure.
Oh, fantastic. It's second, and it's also Dark Companion, so it is -2 to attacks, -4 to saves, -2 to attacks, -2 to weapon damage, -2 to AC, while the shade is on it, otherwise it change.
And, yeah, and he begins to retch as your power inflicts him. Oh, and sorry, 24 points of damage, of course. 24, yeah, it reels from the strike. Anything else in the surprise turn?
Now it's me.
Yep.
5, 10, 15, 20. Just sprinting. Reach the one to grab on Sylaster's right. The one that Ansel didn't hit.
Yep.
So I will make a touch attack.
Touch him.
29.
Yep, you absolutely touch that one.
Excellent. We now make a opposed trip attempt. He can choose strength or dex, whatever he prefers.
He takes strength minus. No, he hasn't anything against strength, does he? No.
If it's the one that I didn't hit, he doesn't have any negatives anyway.
Yep.
31.
Oh, sorry, this is the one that Ansel didn't target, just so I'm aware. This is the one on the left.
Yes.
Okay. 31. You beat him easily with that. That wasn't great on his part anyway, but...
I reach into the acid fog and I yeet him into the gap. Over here.
Yeet.
And he vanishes into the darkness. And as you surge forward, I ask you to roll initiative. As the strangers rush the bridge to meet this new infernal threat, that is where we're going to leave it for this session tonight. And as always, we like to conclude our sessions by asking our players how they feel. So, how do you guys feel at the end of the session? And we will start with Mike, who I feel has had with Sylaster some trials and tribulations this session. My goodness.
Yes, as always, excellent session, Rob. And it is good to be back. Yes. We had a bit of a delay, but it is good to be back and rolling them bones. Yes. Interested as to why Sylaster's feeling put out, shall we say. Either something's getting in the way as part of either himself or the dungeon is. So I'll be intrigued to see what comes of that. And what other terrors lie within.
Yes, very much so. But isn't it amazing that even with some unknown mitigating factors, Sylaster is still able to run up walls and kill people with throwing knives and stuff. So,
oh, absolutely.
While hampered, still being amazing. So that's very telling. Well played, Michael, with your maneuvers this session as well. It was really entertaining to watch you dance through those mechanics. It was, yeah.
It was nice to try out as. For the first time in a very long time, a weapon you gave us, Rob.
Yes, finally, the meteoric knife. And it's such a cool weapon as well, isn't it? I'm really pleased. Cool. Randomly determined as well. Well played indeed. Matt, thoughts and feelings at the end of the session? Do you feel weird that corpses are smiling at you?
I'm not sure that Obsidian is... He's curious. That piques his curiosity. He's not creeped out because his whole deal is dealing with reanimated corpses, and necromancy, and he's lived amongst the necromancy for the past month or so now. So it's not playing on his mind in anything other than, I wonder, what's that about? Why don't I find out? Very interesting. And obviously at a moment where he sort of is still a good guy. He still very much was like, I'm gonna, and then no. You said you would. You're gonna do it. Be better than the devil.
Yeah, for real.
Be better than the devil. Oh God.
It's a high bar.
Yeah.
It's high bar to set. Yeah. Well, he could have. He's sort of walking the line a bit, and he could have forgotten himself there, and he almost did, but then he did. I really enjoyed it. It was a really good session. It's a mixture of combat and a bit of dungeon exploration, which I always enjoy. Yeah, just a bit. I just honestly didn't realise that Sylaster was so close to taking a few hits, but I just hadn't put together how many he'd taken. Like, wow. So yeah.
I overlooked the fact that you would lose the health and then didn't recover it from the damage. I
Cool.
didn't think of that as well. So I was like, oh yeah.
Same.
But that's it.
But we got through it. It went well.
For sure.
Look forward to the next one.
For real, man. And finally, Dom, thoughts and feelings at the end of the session.
Yeah. What better time for Obsidian to walk the line than when walking into a ring of fire? I'm
fire. Yeah.
I'm mainly amazed that I managed to overcome every single spell resistance. That's almost unheard of for me. Normally, that's my greatest stumbling block. So that's nice. I feel like we're into a mega dungeon of sort of every few sessions. Not a super mega dungeon. You always like to build these fantastic dungeons for us to explore, and this feels like another one. And it's making me feel incredibly nervous that we don't have any person who's good at searching for traps. And our main defense to traps is just putting our face in it and seeing what happens.
Yes. I'll just shove a hole. I'll just shove my arm in it.
Yeah. Well, we know there's a trap there. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's walk into it, I guess. It's a lot of fun.
For real. To pull back the curtain, it's been a few weeks since we last played, and I can't help but feel a dungeon it's completely unintentional, it's just where we got to in the campaign, but I can't help but feel that a dungeon was the best way to jump back into the game, isn't it? Because it just drops the ball in your guys' courts, and you can take whichever route that you want, and I'm really pleased that it's gone the way it has. As usual,
you absolutely love exploring dungeons,
and you always do things in an order that I never predict. So but it just is what it is, isn't it? No, and I'm really glad. It was nice as well that you guys always have a few little character moments crop up here and there as well, which is awesome. A little bit of insight into some of the history of the characters too, with the face that Sylaster saw in the Chain Devil. And
very curious.
Yeah, Corpse is smiling at Obsidian. We will see. But anyway, that's all from us today. For those of you who watched all the way to the end, thank you ever so much for hopefully enjoying the video. If you like the video, give it a like. If you would like to see more like it, then hit subscribe. And of course, if you want to be notified when the bones are rolled, hit that bell to get those notifications. That's it. And as we say at the end of every session, bone them rolls.
And don't tell your mum.
Don't tell your mum.
And walk your dogs.
And walk your dogs.
You bloody
Love
dog.
of God.